Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the McDonCast,
the funnest podcast in town. The only podcast
That's
around.
right, everybody. Sam, how you doing?
We're doing good. We're crispy over here.
That's right.
That's our new catchphrase.
We're
crispy over
That's
here.
not bad.
That's better than all the other fake catchphrases we've
Probably
had.
true. Sam, everything is just so normal right now, isn't it?
We're living in the most normal time.
That's true.
There have been 0 assassination attempts.
No presidents have mysteriously gotten ill.
Right after they said if they happened to get ill, they would drop out.
Yep, Joe Biden will definitely be running for president by the time this episode is posted.
Absolutely. He will still be in the race.
Yep.
If he is, this joke isn't going to be as funny. But if he's not, this joke will be very funny.
It just depends. It depends on how long I wait to post this episode on whether or not.
Yeah, sort of.
I either have to wait till Monday or November. Either way, he won't be running for president.
At one of those points, there will be a change in candidate.
Anyway,
did you say that he apparently he said he wouldn't endorse Kamala?
I did see that.
Yeah, that's like.
I think
weird.
it would just be so that they could have an open convention and they could just pick whoever they want. Because whoever he would pick would be the nominee.
Yeah, that's still weird to pick your.
Yeah, it would be weird not to pick the person whose only job is to wait for you to die to be president.
Well, if the whole point of the vice president is to replace the president,
yeah,
and you're getting replaced, and you picked the guy before
or gal, yeah,
or guy is I'm meaning person, not literally a guy. Why would you pick a different guy when you get to pick again?
Because if the focus group testing says that the other candidate would do marginally better, then you have to go with that one.
All right. Well, we're not here to talk about that. That's for some other much less fun podcast to talk about. We're here to talk about the real issues.
That's
like
right.
Star Wars Acolyte and other things.
We're going to talk about the Acolyte finale today. We're talking about the Emmy nominations that came out.
I have a feeling like that's gonna be a lot to cover. A
lot of TV talk. We were also going to talk about the Boys finale, but Sam
we'll do that next week. I
didn't watch it.
I didn't know it was gonna be out today, and then it like notified me like right
it's
before
out at the
podcast.
same day every week.
I haven't been watching it like as
Are you
it
episodes
airs.
behind?
No, I'm caught up, but I've just been like I watch it when I have time. I haven't been like.
I watched it.
Refresh. Oh, it's out.
I have some
I'm not
thoughts.
doing that.
They had to change the title. Because I don't know why. There's been nothing going on.
Definitely not the political events that have not occurred and have never occurred in America.
Well, no, they did occur.
No one's ever been assassinated.
Really?
Or even attempted to be assassinated.
Why do I know who John Wilkes Booth is? Is it just because he was a really good actor?
He's just a very notable man.
He was just a very good theater actor in the 1960s.
He was really good at hiding in buildings. And that's it.
He got like arrested after that. Like he didn't die.
I think he got arrested.
He went to like jail for killing Lincoln, didn't he?
No, because he would still be alive, I think.
Wilkes Booth? Yeah, Lincoln was killed in the 1860s.
I'm thinking of JFK.
No. He was shot 2 days later.
He got exploded.
By the mob.
Yeah,
he was killed by the mob. But
no, John Wilkes Booth, I think they arrested him and he was basically
I'm pretty sure he went
I'm racist. And then they were like,
I
think we figured it out.
I think he was in the GOP. Like I think he was
he was part of a white supremacist group that had actually planned to assassinate 2 other people that same day. But
Lincoln was just there.
No, his 2 friends bailed out. They were like, "Nah, never mind." And he was like, "No, I'm the most racist. I'm gonna win the racism competition."
Through.
Yeah, he was committed to the evil.
No, I don't. I wonder
he was committed to the supervillain act.
I wonder if he's the only presidential assassin who.
Well, we didn't have it. He was the only one that did it before Secret Service was a thing.
Was he the reason that we created the Secret Service?
Probably. When was the Secret Service invented?
I don't know. I have to look.
All right. Well, anyway, let me give you guys a brief rundown. We got mini, micro, miscellaneous news. Not this. This has been a totally separate news segment. We got trailers. We got Russo brothers running for Marvel. We got Comic-Con and D23. Why is that even on here? Emmy nominations 2024, and of course, Acolyte finale to talk about. And then we saw a movie, didn't we? We saw Longlegs.
Did we see him? Oh, yes, we did.
We could talk about that too.
If you want.
Yeah. It was an interesting movie. Anyway,
Anyway, just a quick update on our summer box office chart that's off screen and too far away from me to grab.
Oh, this one sees it a little better.
Okay, so Inside Out 2, barring Deadpool and Wolverine being uncalculable smash hit,
Which it will be, even if it sucks.
will be the #1 movie of the summer, pretty much locked in at this point. Even if Deadpool Wolverine is big, it'll at least be #2. So me and Sam were both wrong on that. Despicable Me 4 is not going to make more than Inside Out 2. Sam, okay,
I had hope.
just real quick looking at these charts. I put maybe the dumbest things ever anyone's put in that order on my chart. I'm going to lose, and I deserve it because I put some real dumb things on
I
there.
always win. Out of the 2 years we've done this, I have always
I will,
won.
however, knock Sam for putting the Garfield movie
Hey, you know what?
above Inside Out 2.
I will defend that choice.
You shouldn't, because it was dumb.
No, because I think Garfield could have popped off.
No.
The Peanuts movie did pretty good. Like, I see those two as, like,
No.
comparable in terms of, like, cultural resonance. Like,
But you looked at Inside Out 2 and Garfield and were like, this is probably the same.
yeah, because I was assuming Inside Out 2 was going to, like, be a cash grab and kind of suck. But it was actually really good.
And you were assuming Garfield was going to be good?
Well, I was assuming it was just going to be something.
It
I mean, it was nothing. But,
That's
like,
the
I was
thing, it was
assuming it was going to
nothing.
be some... Because there have been, like, what was the Garfield show we used to watch? The CGI
I think it was
one.
called The Garfield Show.
That show was really funny. Like,
That show
going
was pretty
back,
funny.
like, whenever we happen to... It doesn't happen very often, but whenever we happen to, like, catch an episode somewhere, it's always, like, it was actually a really funny show. I was hoping that, like, if they had just got to that bar of quality, like, they didn't have to really go past that, but if they had met that bar, I think the movie would have done fine. They didn't.
According to all
Apparently it
accounts,
sucked.
they did not.
But,
Because we never saw
yeah,
The
we
Garfield.
we never even saw it. But, you know, I was hoping
Which-
that it would have been somewhere, something.
That should have told us right then and there. Because we've seen a lot of movies this summer.
Yeah, but, like, we will see it if it has positive word of mouth. Almost always.
I mean, I think we've seen everything on my chart that is at least out.
I haven't seen Despicable Me 4, but, like,
Yeah, I've
generally,
seen everything
if a
that's out,
movie
I've
has
seen.
positive word of mouth, we will see. We will prioritize that.
Yeah.
Like Long Legs had really good reviews. We prioritized that. Bike Riders, like, no one was even talking about that, but it had good word of mouth, so we saw that. Even though we could have seen, I think something else was out that week. I don't remember, but we could have seen whatever the other thing was.
Anyway. No, yeah, I'm gonna hold. That'll be the only thing I will be able to hold on you at the end of this. That and picking Bad Boys to be #4, which might be exactly where it's gonna end up.
Let's go.
So the actuals right now, Strangers Chapter 1. This is the last time you'll see that up there. Twisters is gonna at least open to that spot. If it's an exceptional, it'll knock Furiosa down to #10. Furiosa probably won't be in the top 10 at the end of the summer, which is kind of crazy because I put it at 6 and you put it at 4.
Yeah, I mean, I figured Mad Max. They haven't had a movie in a while. The trailers looked really cool. The movie was really good.
Yep. But no one cared.
There was whammon, so no good. No whammon in my movie.
I don't know. I think people were just. I
All
guess
the
people just don't. It's just not that popular. That
all
brand,
the
I don't know.
discussion around it got drowned out by no, I don't want whammon in my movie. Like
Yeah,
there was a
that's
lot
like-
of positive word of mouth before it hit like the general audience, and then as soon as it hit the general
I
audience,
will
that was all
say
people
the
said.
top movies for the summer so far, all of them have been able to avoid that,
Yeah, it was
which
really
I think
the
is
only one.
interesting. Yeah, because like you look at it, Inside Out 2, even though it was a Disney thing, got around that.
Mhm.
Despicable Me 4 got around that. Bad Boys, Apes, Quiet Place, like all of those pretty much avoided
Yeah,
controversy. I will give props to a movie we didn't like, but If is at #6 and might end up being in the top 10 and is the only original movie in the top 10 right
I
now.
almost forgot what If was. Like when you said If, I was like, "What's If?" And then I
There's-
was like, "Oh yeah, If."
Krasinski's got two brands in here. He didn't make the Quiet
Dude,
Place
he's
one.
popping off.
He's a producer on it. But yeah, Krasinski got in there twice.
Oh, and we saw Fly Me to the Moon.
Oh, we did see
That
that.
movie was really
Wow,
lame.
you can tell by the fact that I literally have not thought about that movie a single time since we've seen it. Tells you how good that was.
It is an okay mom movie, but
Yes.
like that's
It won't
really
offend her, but no one will remember.
But it will
within a
not
day
be
and a half.
remembered. Yeah, it's a very like middling movie.
Yeah,
But it's like it's cute. There's nothing offensive.
enough.
It's like
yeah.
nothing too scary.
That movie's gonna lose a lot of. That movie cost $150 million.
Yeah, but that movie is for Apple TV Plus. They don't really care.
They don't care. They're gonna waste all the money. But yeah. So Sam is probably gonna win. We'll see how big Deadpool and Wolverine is. It could pass Inside Out 2, maybe not. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna have to be one of the highest grossing R-rated movies ever to pass Inside Out 2, which it probably will be.
Absolutely, because when Deadpool 1 came out, Deadpool was not a very well-known character.
Mm-hmm.
We were really the only people who knew who Deadpool was, and that was because of that one episode of Ultimate Spider-Man.
It made a lot of money.
It made a lot of money, but I'm saying that character was not a household name.
No.
Deadpool 2 came out, he was a household name, but I think the willingness to invest in the X-Men brand was not as high.
I think slightly worse than the first one, but Deadpool 2 also came out in an exceptionally crowded summer.
Yeah, I remember that being like absolutely busted.
That was, I think it was Infinity War, and then Deadpool 2, and then like Solo, a Star Wars story, like, and then I think there was a Pixar movie like the week after that. Like I think it was like thing after thing after thing. It was like last year when Deadpool 2 came out, when there was just. By the way, it's really slow right now with news and movies and everything. I was looking back on what was going on last year. I was like, wow, that was a crazy time compared to now. But anyway, yeah, no, Deadpool 2 came out in like a really crowded summer. It's obviously been a while since then, but I don't know. I just think the fact that they put Wolverine in it is probably like plus or minus $100 million.
That's plus or minus $100 billion. And Deadpool has become not only a household name, but I would argue like a tone-defining character. Like that, the success of that movie has permanently shifted the way that like comedies are kind of done now. They're like with the meta
like
fourth wall breaking. Yeah, the super self-awareness of that. Even the comic book version of Deadpool has gotten a lot more hammed up.
Yeah.
That's affected other comic books. We saw Gwenpool, all the other like Deadpool variant comic characters that have come out. That has had a massive ripple effect on the comic book genre. Like he went from not even being a household name to being a genre defining character. Like when people think of, oh, that character's self-aware, he's like a fourth wall breaking character, usually people go, oh, like Deadpool. Like they see he is in the same way that like Mickey Mouse is a poster child for like children's animation
characters.
Deadpool is the poster child for like crude self-aware characters.
That's true.
So I think this movie is poised to explode. I'll say it's probably going to do about as well as like Spider-Man No Way Home. I think that's about the level we're at.
Twister should have opened last week if I were them. I would have given that an extra week.
Yeah, what are they think? Remember when
it's not projected to open super low. I mean, we'll see how it ends up doing, and the reviews on it are like fine.
Do you remember when Chipwrecked opened the same night as Star Wars Episode 7?
It wasn't Chipwrecked, it was actually the fourth one. But yeah, I know
whichever one that
they
one
opened
was.
The same day.
But they opened the same night as Star Wars, and we were like, what on earth are you thinking?
The thing that I think will end up hurting Twisters is the fact that I have been seeing marketing for Twisters for like 5 straight months now.
Yeah, most people probably already think it's out.
I'm so burnt out on it already, just from seeing so much stuff.
I was burnt out on it when I heard there was a movie called Twister, the first one. I thought that concept couldn't even like carry a single movie, much less 2 movies that are 30 years apart in release date.
That, and I think Glenn Powell is a little too everywhere right now.
And all the stuff he's in.
I need to see less of Glenn Powell.
And all the stuff he's in is like very mid.
Well, he's in Top Gun.
Yeah, but that movie's mid.
You're not allowed to say that, Sam. You'll go to jail.
Like, it was a fun movie. No, it was a good movie.
I would say Maverick was good. He was in Anyone But You, which is bad. I don't know if you ever ended up seeing that.
No, I didn't.
It's bad. He was in Hitman, Richard Linklater's recent movie. That was really good. He was
I haven't
really
seen
good in
that.
That's on Netflix if you haven't seen it.
Like Top Gun Maverick was like good because it was better than Top Gun, which is really bad.
Yep.
And it was like it was just enough. It was like the minimum bar to be like a good movie. Like okay, you know pole vaulting?
Yes, I'm aware of the concept.
So like it's bad if they hit the bar and like knock the bar off, right? They lose immediately. They like nick the bar a little bit. Like they got over the bar, but they nicked the bar. It was very close to being
Top
just
Gun Maverick
stupid.
was the best version of what it was supposed to be, which is just a really
cool ad,
really
for the Air
entertaining, inoffensive crowd pleaser.
Yeah, it was a
Which
really
was
cool
fine.
ad
That
for
was
the Air Force,
and that was exactly what the movie industry needed when it came out, and that was fine. I'm Glenn Powell. I don't know. He's not like a really interesting dude. Like, he's very charismatic on screen, but just as a guy, he's kind of boring. And so the fact that he's just like, every time I open YouTube, I'm hit with a Glenn Powell interview in my recommended feed. And
he was also.
I'm done looking at those.
He was also in the Tuskegee Airmen movie.
Oh, that's true, with Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
In Devotion. That
Yeah,
paid off. Anyway,
see, that's what I'm saying. Like, all the movies, like, none of the movies except for I haven't seen Anyone But You, but like all the movies I've seen him in are like decent, like very average movies.
yeah.
He just
And
like
reportedly Twisters is no different.
he just like he doesn't stand out. It's you hire him so that he doesn't overshadow someone else. But in this case, he's the main guy.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll
I guess.
check again the chart next week after Twisters opens. And then again, Deadpool and Wolverine is just going to shoot up. My guess is Deadpool and Wolverine is probably going to open to at least number 3, probably number 2.
Yeah.
And then that'll probably knock. So Furiosa is going to be gone by the time Deadpool and Wolverine comes out, because Twisters is going to make more than Furiosa, which is a crazy thing I never thought I'd say.
Sad.
And very sad, because there's no way Twisters is going to be nearly as good as Furiosa.
Why? Like, why?
People love.
No, they don't.
No, what I genuinely hope doesn't happen is that I'm legitimately fine with any movie doing well at this point. If I don't care if it's terrible, like if it makes money, that's just good for the industry. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But what I don't want to happen is Twisters ends up being like this surprise huge hit,
and then we get a bunch of Storm movies,
and Roland Emmerich gets work off of it. It's not even just disaster movies in general. It's Roland Emmerich specifically. If he gets hired to do more stuff because of Twisters, the Independence Day Moonfall guy. Like,
he made Moonfall?
He made Moonfall.
We need to make sure every person in America sees this movie.
He did not make Twisters, but like that disaster movie thing,
yeah.
That's like his specialty. Like, I don't want that to come back, that like 90s disaster movie trend. I can't do that. They're all so bad.
Are there any that are good? Like, any?
Twister is fine. Like, the first Twister is like a fine movie. Independence Day is kind of stupid.
That's not really a disaster movie.
That's
I wouldn't consider it a disaster movie.
But no, like the rest of them are all bad. I mean, Moonfall is funny good. Like,
Moonfall's pretty great.
Moonfall,
but like not on purpose.
No, and I don't think I would, unless I was showing someone the movie Moonfall, I would never watch Moonfall again.
But what if they make Moonfall 2?
I would be Thursday night, earliest possible show.
We'd be there opening
day.
showtime.
We would be standing in the theater outside.
We'd be the only ones there.
We'd form a line of just me and you.
Dang. Dude, you know what I want? I want a Horizon Moonfall crossover movie.
Oh, I was gonna say, that was the dumbest thing I did, was I put Horizon on my chart, and not only did I put it on my chart, I put it above Apes, Twisters, and A Quiet Place Day.
Well, okay. To be fair, I think that made sense at the time. I think Westerns have been dead for a long time. I think there is room for a Western revival. I just don't think Horizon
I was just looking for a dad movie.
Yeah, that could definitely have been the dad movie.
And I think Bad Boys kind of ended up being that. We didn't really have a definitive one this year, but I think most dads probably ended up just seeing Bad Boys 4.
Bad Boys was the closest we got to a dad movie, I think. Well, you know what? Deadpool and Wolverine is a dad movie.
That's true. Depends on whether or not something mildly homosexual happens.
I think Deadpool gets a pass.
Yeah.
I think people just don't really care
if Deadpool does a gay thing.
I genuinely I think because there's already that meme where like, oh, you know, I'm not gay, but like I would with Ryan Reynolds. I think because of that alone, I think Deadpool gets a pass.
Or with Hugh Jackman. He's a good-looking dude.
Yeah, I think Deadpool like gets a pass for that.
Gets a pass for
like I don't think I think if you tried to do that, people would be like,
the Culture Warriors give Deadpool a pass for being.
Yeah, I think the Culture Warriors, because I don't think that really works. Because I think they ham it up so much that it can really only be interpreted as like a joke. So I think if you take that seriously, it makes you look really stupid.
Yeah, because Deadpool is Deadpool. Like, why would you?
Yeah, why would you take anything
Why would
he
you
does
care
or
if he's
says
groping
seriously?
Colossus as a joke?
Yeah,
like
it doesn't. It's not a serious
anyway,
movie.
You want to move on to some random miscellaneous news stories?
Hit us with the random news.
There wasn't a big enough story to take a fifth slot, so I just put some.
Well, there
random
was.
stuff.
It just wasn't.
There's some
movie-related.
kind of interesting stuff.
There were a lot of news stories this week, just none that are related to TV shows.
First off, a sad one. Bob Newhart passed away earlier today as of recording.
Yeah, that broke like an hour or so ago.
He was 94 years old, so a good long life. He had, of course, been around forever. Just a staple of American television. Just one of those people who just became an icon of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you think iconic figures in television, it's like him, Johnny Carson, Walter Cronkite, like people like that, just where they became like an institution.
Yeah.
Obviously famous for Newhart. Most people probably know him now as Papa Elf and Elf, because people watch that movie every year. That's probably what most people know him from. But in like the 70s and 80s and 90s, like, I mean, he was just like,
I mean, he was everywhere.
he was like America's grandpa. Like, he just like everyone knew Bob Newhart, and I don't think a single person has ever had a bad thing to say about
I don't
Bob
think he's
Newhart.
ever really had like a major controversy.
No,
at least
about
not to
anything.
my knowledge. I mean, maybe he did like 10 years ago and I'm forgetting, but like, I don't think he ever did.
And he was still around. He obviously wasn't like making stuff, but I think he was like still just like going on shows occasionally and writing books and stuff. So just a really cool guy, and that's really sad to hear him pass away. But 94, I mean, you can't really ask for a lot better than that.
That's like basically maxed out.
Yeah. Unless you're Jimmy Carter and still alive for some reason. Still eligible for a second term than Jimmy Carter. He could run for president.
Maybe that's who they'll replace Biden.
Yeah,
with.
99-year-old Jimmy Carter.
I mean, he's almost old enough to run.
That's true. One more year. Halo has been canceled by Paramount Plus after 2 seasons. Sam, I know you watched this. Did you watch season 2? I'm pretty sure you watched.
I didn't finish season 1.
Season 1.
I got to like I think episode 6. I wanted to watch the show because I was like, I feel like this is a big enough show that I should just watch it to be aware of it. And
this was supposed to be their Mandalorian. This was like their big yet. Like, this was Paramount Plus.
It got to the point there were a bunch of side characters. It got to the point where I was literally just skipping the parts of the show that they were in because I was like, I don't care about this. What is Master Chief doing? And so I would skip the other characters, and then and the thing is, the show still made perfect sense. It didn't matter at all what the side characters were doing. At all. It didn't make a difference whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I tried. I got bored. I tapped out.
Well, there might be still hope because 343 and Amblin and Television are shopping it around.
As far as I'm aware, I believe 343 is going under.
They're closing them?
I'm not sure if they're closing, but I heard a news story that they were considering like selling it off.
Why would you? That seems like the dumbest possible studio to sell off. I don't know who would want 343. Because they're obviously not selling off Halo. They're keeping Halo. Like, Microsoft wouldn't get rid of Halo.
Yeah, they wouldn't. But they're not selling the IP.
They would just have to give it. But 343 was a studio formed solely to make Halo games. What else are you going to do
and then they
with
made
them?
Halo 5, which no one liked.
I know no one has liked
and
the ones
Halo
they made.
Infinite, which people do like, but it had such a horrible launch that no one plays.
I know
anymore.
people generally don't like the Halos they've made, but still, if their one job has been to make Halo games, they haven't been doing a great job, and they can't make Halo games anymore. What do you do with 343 Industries?
They could make
like, if I'm Sony, what are they going to do with these?
They could do what Bungie did and make a Destiny knockoff.
It's true. I guess they could just do what everyone does and make a always online battle pass based multiplayer.
Although even
shooter.
Destiny ended.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Destiny
they had their
2,
big
I think
finale,
they
and everyone,
stopped
as far as I'm
doing
aware, everyone liked it.
Until Destiny 3 comes out. I don't remember when Destiny came out, the first one. People talked about that game for like a month.
I didn't
it was
know
a big hit.
Was Destiny 2 just an update for Destiny 1, or is it
No,
actually
it was a
different
separate game. Destiny 2 Destiny 2 came out like a year after the first one, and it was like a different game, and they've just been updating it.
Because as far as I'm aware, basically all the lore happened in like the finale. Like, what was going on in the other for the other decade?
I can't tell you a
single
single thing about Destiny. I can't.
I know there's the
no
Traveler.
Idea.
Who's the big orb in the sky.
We don't have time for this.
And there's the Witness, who is the thing with a cloud coming out of his head.
Anyway.
That's all I know about that game.
You think like Netflix or Prime Video would pick up a Halo show? I think Prime Video would do it.
Prime Video are the
I
guys
think they
to
would
do
be
it.
tempted after Fallout.
Fallout was massive, and it was good.
And if it went to Prime Video, someone would watch it. So I'm not saying it would get better. I'm saying
And they're apparently
no one watches anything on
they're
Paramount
apparently like decent enough that they're able to like make a show people watch. Like they know the producers to like make a show people actually like. So like do that.
Plus. Oh, you're all wet. Thanks for that, Cena.
See, the Fallout show did a very good job of literally just like do the story of Fallout, and then it was good. Why didn't they do that with Halo?
They had grand plans to do a different thing.
A different worse thing.
A different worse thing.
Just do the thing that is good that people like.
They were abiding by the 2006 video game adaptation rule of people won't like this if it's actually like
if
the
it's
game.
correct.
You have to do something worse. Anyway, Netflix says they will not offer bundled subscriptions with other streaming services. Quote, Netflix already operates as the go-to destination for entertainment thanks to the variety of our slate and superior product experience, says a Netflix representative. So everyone else is doing these streaming bundles. Netflix is saying they're going to stay independent, that they're better than everyone else, which by the numbers is true.
Yeah, I mean, they're correct. Why would you? If I'm Netflix, why would I bundle?
Yeah, there's no benefit for Netflix. There's a benefit for like Peacock, Paramount Plus, those kind of services, but there's no benefit for Netflix because they would just be letting they would just let like the subscription base of another service get access to the biggest one.
Yeah, like that. Maybe Hulu or maybe Disney Plus.
But those are all one service now, and
yeah, like I could see that maybe a partnership, but a bundle.
No,
I don't know.
They would never do that. Warner Brothers Discovery has discussed internally the possibility of splitting the company into two, one being the streaming and traditional studio businesses from the legacy, one being the traditional streaming and studio businesses, and the other being the legacy television networks. People familiar with the matter say David Zaslav has explored a variety of options from selling off assets to hiving off its movie studio and Max streaming service into a new company unburdened by the current $39 billion in debt. So basically, the philosophy behind doing this would be this: we break off the streaming and movie studio component into one company because they're the fastest growing, but they generate the least amount of revenue.
Mm-hmm.
We break off all
so let's cut off their lifeline.
Yeah. Let's break off all the old traditional TV network lines like HBO and other cable channels and all that. Have them accrue all the debt from the acquisitions they've been going under. Mm-hmm. So they would get billions of dollars in debt, and then you would just, I guess, let the traditional network company just burn itself into the ground.
You could have that one declare bankruptcy, and then that wouldn't affect your streaming business.
Mm-hmm. Which would be the philosophy here. And the networks still generate most of the company revenue, like the traditional TV networks.
Which is hilarious because no one watches those.
But that's because those networks were set up to be profitable, and streaming services are not a profitable industry. So this is their problem. But financially, I guess if you want to do that, that's the move. From a business perspective, I don't know how that would work because they just stopped making Max originals.
I saw
and merged them into their traditional TV
I saw that
thing. Like that happened last week. Like,
yeah, they announced
what are you doing?
They were not doing Max originals anymore. They were going to.
They're all going to be under
HBO again, and they're going to debut, I believe, a day early on the HBO.
They're going to air on HBO first, which that would mess up this whole strategy because now your streaming component and your HBO channels are going to be two separate things again. But you just merged your entire original programming line under one thing,
I'm not
and it's all being headed by one guy. Like the HBO guy is now in charge of all their original programming. So if you split it off again, you'd have to redivide it and hire another guy to run the streaming network.
It's all stupid. They drank too much stupid.
The stupid juice they drank cost $40 billion,
and they paid that much.
What I don't understand is like what was even the point of that acquisition of any of these mergers if they have to split themselves off to save the company from drowning in the debt from the mergers
and like destroy half the shows on there for tax.
Because if you break off the traditional cable networks, that's all the Discovery stuff is all the traditional cable networks. So what was the point of even merging with Discovery? Because now those are two companies. That's essentially what it would be. Because Warner Brothers was the movie studio and Max and Cartoon Network and DC and all that. Mm-hmm. And the cable channels were all Discovery. It was TLC. It was
Oh, they're more
Discovery
different
Channel,
versions of
whatever,
TLC. Yeah.
whatever that. Like, to split those back into two, that's basically just splitting back into Warner Brothers and Discovery. And then you're gonna just, I guess, drown Discovery to save a bunch of money and keep the movie studio around. Like, that is just
Which is
insane.
the part that doesn't make any
What was
money.
the point of any of this at that point?
To make money?
But they're not making any money. The whole point of doing this is...
but David Zaslav is making money.
I guess he would make money because he'd get to sell the company off and make money from it and leave.
He gets money.
He gets money.
Yeah. That's all that matters.
What I don't get is, like, the shareholders, like, agree to these moves that exist solely for one person who's not them to make money.
I mean, I'm sure some of them will make money. I'm sure a lot of them made money when the merger happened.
They must have, right?
Like, Discovery stock, I'm assuming, went through the roof. Warner Brothers stock probably went up a lot. Like, when the merger actually happened.
When the merger happened. But, like, I don't know. I don't understand this at all. Well, I understand it on the level of, like, we can just bury our debt over here, and when this defunct company goes under, all the debt will go away. But
I don't think Discovery understood the disaster that they were inheriting.
I don't think anyone did. Well, this all started with when AT&T bought them.
Yeah.
Because that's where all the debt came from, was that merger.
Yeah.
And the Discovery move existed so that...
To get them out of that.
To get them out of AT&T.
Yeah.
So, that's
what I'm saying. I don't think Discovery understood I think Warner Brothers did a very good job of making themselves look like they were valuable. We have Harry Potter.
Yeah, we have all these
Superman.
brands.
We have Batman.
We have this big streaming service, yeah.
And then they merged, and they were like, oh, none of the things you have make any money
well, Discovery
ever?
Went,
oh.
Well, the Discovery leadership probably said, all of the things we're doing are making more money than you guys are doing all this weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just wild to me that Warner Brothers is still in, like, this massive... And everyone knows exactly what David Zaslav's doing. Everyone knows that he's just trying to get rid of as much stuff as possible and collect a big check and then dip. Like, that is obviously his plan.
It's been his plan from day one.
That was his plan from day one.
That's why he destroyed the Batgirl movie. That's why he destroyed the Wile E. Coyote movie.
I mean, that's what we've been looking for months now. It's been reports that he's been going to other studios and trying to merge.
Yeah, he's been shopping them around.
He tried to merge with Paramount and it fell under and like stuff like that. So the problem is there's only so many places you can go
to sell something
Warner Brothers to. And at this point, Paramount's merging with Skydance, so that's no longer a possibility. And so the only other places to go are like Comcast, Universal, and that merger is not going to go through the federal government.
How funny would it be?
The FTC is not going to allow that.
If Disney buys them.
They can't. There was no way they'd be allowed to do that. Just
why not?
Regulatorily, like the government would not allow that. And
they allowed Discovery to buy
maybe in
them.
like 2 years, maybe under a different presidential
Fox
administration.
And no one cared.
But if now you own Fox and Warner Brothers, like the government would have to be intervened. That would be almost, if not half, of the entire entertainment industry under one company.
They already own 40%.
They own 33%.
What's another 10%?
They own because 10% is 43%.
But they already own like 30. But what does it? Who cares?
I know. I think would depend on whoever is in charge.
It depends on who's running the SEC. That's really it.
Which could be a more welcoming or unwelcoming entity within 2 years from now or a year from now.
Yeah,
we don't know. Anyway, that's all interesting. More fun business stuff. A movie adaptation of the TV series 24 is in the works. That's unknown whether it be a reboot or a continuation of the series. Now, I have never seen the television series 24. Sam, you're aware of 24?
Yeah,
the show where Dad
Papa
used to watch.
Likes. Yeah.
Now, I believe the whole concept of 24 was that each season was 24 episodes and it took place in real time.
Yes, that was the entire point of the show.
I don't know how you would do that as a movie.
Although I don't know.
Because it would not be 24 hours.
I don't know if season 2 kept that gimmick.
I think that all the seasons
been a season 1 thing.
I think all the seasons did that.
I think they all took place in real time, but I think only the first season was actually 24 hours. I think the rest were all like 10 hours, 15 hours.
But if it's a movie, then it's like 2 hours. Then it's not even 24 anymore. It's 2.
I don't understand what the point of that would be at all. I mean, unless they call it 2. Which, I mean, you could do, I guess.
You could call it 2. That's true.
I feel like that might be confusing for audiences because they'd be like, is this the second one?
This show ran for a long time. What the
heck? Was each season
No, they were
24?
each season was 24 episodes.
Were they all about the same
one
guy?
Day long. I believe so. I believe it was all Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, he was the guy in all
How
of
many
it.
times is the White House getting invaded?
Now they did a TV movie and they did a mini series. The mini series was only 12 episodes,
That's what I'm thinking of.
but they did 8 seasons that were all 24, and I believe they all take place the same week. Oh no, they're all split up.
Yeah,
That would be
no,
hilarious if they all took place the same week, and the guy just had the worst week
dude,
ever.
he was doing everything that week. He was the only man in the world for a week.
Anyway, that's fun. Noah Hawley's Alien series is titled Alien Earth and just wrapped filming. So that's coming. That's going
There's
to
an Alien series?
Hulu. Yeah.
I knew we had the movie.
Got
Does
the
that
movie
tie
and
in with
show.
the movie at all?
I don't believe so. I think it's set before or after.
When is this new movie set?
The new one is set between Alien and Aliens.
Okay, so it's like
prequel sequel.
It's like Alien.
Yeah.
Like you can't finish the S. It's just Alien. Alien. You know?
Well, it's called Alien Romulus, not Aliens Romulus. So, I guess
Does that
you
matter?
get a subtitle before you get the letter S.
So is the next one going to be Aliens Remus?
Huh?
Romulus and Remus.
I don't
Do you
believe.
not know who it's named after?
I don't believe it's. I think that's. I don't think I think the Romulus is like the name of the ship. I don't think that's plotline.
Yeah, but I'm saying if this one's Alien Romulus,
You do
then
Alien
the next one would be
Remus.
Aliens Remus.
I don't think they're gonna.
I mean, they could.
They could, but I don't know why you would. And I don't think enough people know what Romulus and Remus is. For
No one knows what Romulus is already.
Exactly. It just sounds like a cool word.
It is a pretty cool word.
Remus is not. Remus sounds like your nosy
Well, yeah,
next
that's
door
why
neighbor.
that's why he got killed because
Yeah.
he sucked. He wasn't as cool as his brother, and then his brother got to be the guy who founded Rome,
I
who
can't.
was also raised by a wolf. That's right. I know Rome lore. Also, they
That
thought,
was only one of the. There are several Rome lores that explain where Rome came
yes,
from.
but the one that was most popular was that the Romulus and Remus were raised by wolves, and then they fought each other. One of them won, and then
That
the
still
Romulus
exists
took over.
in the in like the Aeneid version of.
No,
the
it takes,
Aeneid-
that's after. That's what
I know it
before.
would be after, but like in like the Aeneid version of Rome's founding, like still considers the Romulus and Remus stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just shows up in Rome. He doesn't like start Rome.
Or he starts modern Rome.
Yeah, he like
'Cause
changes.
he
He
moves
gets
all of
there and there's
Troy.
already like stuff happening.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Or because I think it's just Italy at the time. Then he comes in it.
I think Italy came.
I don't remember
after Rome.
I don't remember.
There were
the-
people living there. Not the Etruscans. They stole the arch from the Etruscans. There were people living there already. They weren't called Romans. They were called.
No, they were not
They weren't
called
Italians
Romans.
either.
No.
But they were something else, and then they took them over, and then they became Rome. That's not
What are
important.
you eating in that corner?
What's next? Any other things?
Minions 3, June 30th, 2027. Get hype.
I feel like that's going to confuse a lot of people.
What?
Having a Minions 3 come out right after a Despicable Me 4.
Don't worry, it comes out in 3 years and no one will even remember Despicable Me.
I don't care about Minions 3.
I appreciate that it's a 3-year gap between any Minions thing at all.
I don't.
I don't
find that to be consoling at all. Like I don't care.
I mean, you didn't watch this. You didn't have to see.
Yeah, because
that one.
I can assume what happens. I didn't see Despicable Me 3 either.
I didn't think I saw 3. I saw 4, but
I've been tapped out of this franchise for a while. Did Despicable
no,
Me
you
3?
saw Minions 2.
Yeah, but was that before or after 3?
That was after 3. And
Yeah,
when
I
it came
saw-
out,
why
and
did I see
that one
Minions
took place
2?
in the 80s, though.
I think
we
we
saw
saw
that- we
that
did a
one
Pat
because
review
Patrick
on it.
was in town, and
We did a Pat review of Minions.
Yeah. All right. Well, is that it for
That's
mini
all
news?
the mini news.
All right. Let's get into some trailers. What's the first trailer? Let me get it pulled up here.
I believe it's for Captain America.
Captain America.
Brave New World.
The Summer Soldier.
The Summer Soldier, because the
Summer Solstice.
trailer came out in the summer, even though this movie does not come out until February. So that's quite a gap. Means I'm gonna have to watch this trailer about 132 times in a theater
All
before.
right.
we
Trailer
finally see this
is
movie.
up. There we go.
You saw this before, right?
Yes, this one I have seen.
What did you think of this one?
It looks good.
It looks
It
fine.
looks pretty solid. It looks like it's tonally a lot more similar to Winter Soldier,
There it is.
which I think is a good thing.
Gotta let this dog out this room.
The fact that it's gone through like 5 different sets of reshoots is immensely concerning, and I think spells nothing but bad things for this movie. It looks great. The effects look like they have stepped up their effects quite a bit from their more recent movies, with the exception of one, which I'm sure we'll get into here in a minute. But like the rest of the effects in this trailer look really solid. The cinematography looks really good. I like the use of like lighting and stuff in this movie. It's really cool.
Did you like that part where someone tries to shoot the president?
Yeah, that's a thing. Yep.
I only say that because
for unrelated reasons. Nothing happened.
Nothing has happened.
Might have
in
made
the
that
real
a
world.
relevant thing to speak
Yes.
about. Yeah, it looks cool. It looks all right. Whether or not it is good, I can't really say because of how much of a disaster this movie has been to make. But if they were to make a movie with just the vibes of this trailer, I think it would be good. It looks like it would be good, but I don't know. We really have no way of knowing until we see the movie.
I don't know why this is a Hulk thing.
Because Thunderbolt Ross, we're running out of guys.
But I don't understand how we run out of Captain America stuff to do so fast. I don't know why we had to go leak into the Hulk verse to get guys.
Who have we? Which main Captain America?
I want more Zemo stuff. I want Zemo to do some stuff.
But Zemo's not like in the MCU version of Zemo.
No,
is
he's
like
way
not
lamer.
important. He's
Can we give him a sword
guy.
at least? We gave him that purple mask in.
Yeah,
Falcon
they started him. They started him on the path. On the path last time.
He needs a crown and a sword, and a guy with a face and a television in his chest.
Well, we did him already.
We did, but we can bring him
He
back.
was like different, and he's gone now. We blew him up with
We blew him up with an ICBM. Anyway,
it looks cool. Like from the trailer, it looks
fine.
interesting.
I
can't really tell what the story is.
No,
the trailer didn't really give us any clues there.
Well,
Giancarlo Esposito is playing Gustavo Fring, which
again.
I
for the millionth
Gustavo
time.
Fring is a cool character.
I'm so tired.
It's a little weird that he's in every franchise.
Dude, he's in every movie now, and honestly,
not just every movie, every single franchise.
No,
I think
he's
has him
in
somewhere.
everything. He's in. I think he's filled out his punch card. I think he's got Star Wars. He's got Marvel. He's got Breaking Bad. He's got The Boys.
Yeah, he's in The Boys.
Has he done a DC? I don't think he's done a DC yet.
No. Well, because they have Amanda Waller, who's basically the same thing.
Yeah, but there's still time. I mean, they'll find a guy.
He could join. He was in Cyberpunk.
It's true. He's in Far Cry 5 or 6 or 4.
5, yeah.
Whatever one that one was.
He's been in quite a few video games.
He's just got to fill out DC. He's got to get a DC role in there, and then he's got to do a Star Trek.
Was he in Invincible?
I think he might have been a voice in Invincible.
I assume basically everyone ever is an Invincible.
Yeah, everyone was in that show. But yeah, this looks fine. They released this trailer. One, I don't understand why they released it right before Comic-Con. I would have saved it for the actual panel.
So what do they have for Comic-Con?
We'll talk about that later. But I would have saved it for then. And two, geez, this movie is far away. This comes out in February. It's July. I mean,
But I think they have
that's like a 7-month gap.
I think they have a lot of finished footage just because they've shot this movie 3 times now. I think they have a lot of material to cut trailers with, and so they were like,
well, they obviously did this so it could play in front of Deadpool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would have picked maybe a movie.
What's the next
this year.
Marvel movie?
It's this. After Deadpool, it's this.
I thought there was another one scheduled for later this
year. We have some TV stuff, but we don't have another movie.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess that's why. Oh, I mean, we have a bunch of Sony crap. We have Venom 3.
Fantastic Four is next year, right?
Fantastic Four is next year also. Yeah. We'll talk about that when we get to the Comic-Con stuff too, because we'll probably get some stuff from that. But yeah, no, this looks fine. I will give him this. There's some shots in this trailer where he's flying around the ocean, and that big celestial that was coming out of
is in the ocean. I didn't notice that.
They're gonna finally, hopefully, address that. So I'll give them props. It only took, by the time this comes out, 4 years.
Wait, okay, hang on. I just thought I had a thunk right now.
Oh, you got a big thunk?
Very problematic thunk for the Marvel universe.
Okay. I thought it was... yeah.
Nowhere exists.
Correct.
And the materials within the head of a Celestial are so valuable that it sustains an entire planet-sized ecosystem of, like, space billionaires.
It's not planet-sized. It's like maybe moon-sized. Nowhere's actually
whatever.
Small. Yeah.
It's big.
Because they're flying it around as a ship.
There's a lot of money to be made there, is the point.
Yeah.
We got one of them now on Earth.
That's true.
Now, is the whole thing made of marble? I don't know.
I think...
But it's still kind of glowing.
I think
a little bit.
That's probably going to be why they're there.
To harvest this.
Yeah, there will be some global geopolitical conflicts.
If it is valuable, then
I think
it's
Sam,
That kind of messes up the
I have
world.
a feeling.
Is it gonna be vibranium?
No, it's gonna be adamantium, and this is where we're gonna get adamantium.
But it's white.
And I think our adamantium, our U.S. government's gonna get that.
Wait. So can Cersei just make adamantium?
Who's Cersei?
You know how there's a giant frozen statue in the
Yes.
guy? Yeah. So remember how she turned him into a statue?
Oh, did she turn him into marble?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Her power was transmutation.
I'll give you. I don't remember anything that happened in Eternals. So.
Yeah. Remember? Okay. So they used the thought connector orb.
Okay. Did she turn the
power
whole
her up, and then she turned it in? She turned the whole
guy. Because it looked like
marble.
in the trailer, because you can see it's like fingers and stuff, but like it looked like he was like what the Celestials normally look like, where it's like a weird crystalline thing.
No,
She
turned the whole thing into marble.
Was he a big marble guy?
Now I think there's. Like
maybe she just turned the outer layer, and there's some
no, because his eyes like turned
tissue
off
and stuff in there.
If she had turned just part of him into stone, he would have regenerated. He would have kept going. He would have had to turn the whole thing. So, at least if they're staying consistent, we have no way of knowing they are. But there is like a gold inlay, like you know how the stormtrooper masks on the like Dathomir planet in Ahsoka were like they had like gold in between the cracks. He kind of looks like that, where he's like made of marble, but there's like gold lining between the cracks. But as far as I'm aware, he is just marble.
Okay, well then maybe because I'm just trying to think how they because they need to introduce adamantium and stuff, and I'm just thinking like it being in a big celestial head, like sure that could work because all we've seen that's in the celestial heads from Guardians is just that like goo and brain tissue. Like
we already have adamantium in the MCU.
You do?
Captain America's shield is a.
It's just vibranium.
No, it's a.
In the comics, it's a synthesization, but in the movie, it's just vibranium because they didn't have the rights to adamantium when they introduced it.
Oh yeah.
It's just vibranium in the MCU. But yeah, you're right. In the comics, it's both.
I could have sworn at some point, not his shield.
It would have had to have been something really recent because they would have had to been like
it would have had to be after the Fox
acquisition.
Buyout.
Yeah. Which I can't think of anything, and I think this is how they would introduce it.
That would
because I think the plot line
sense.
You would do is like the U.S. government acquires adamantium, and then that leads to conflict with like the Wakandans
because now there's a like an arms
like
race basically over this material. I could see it maybe like just the brain. Because
there needs to be like there's got to be something the Brave New World is fighting over. Like and we obviously the leader is going to be the villain. We know that.
So is Giancarlo Esposito the leader?
No, he's a guy. We don't know who he's playing yet. But in this, he's just like a guy in a military.
Who's the leader?
From Incredible Hulk. They brought the guy from the Incredible
Hulk.
No,
I know who the character is. Who is playing him?
He's in the Incredible Hulk.
He's also like kind of like stupid. Like the leader is like he's supposed to be like the smartest. He's supposed to be the smartest of the Hulk's strength. But like every plan he has is just like usually really stupid, and the Hulk just kind of smashes whatever. He's like the Dr. Doofenshmirtz of the MC universe or the Marvel universe, right? He builds a contraption, and then Hulk just kind of breaks it, and then
he's the guy who sits in a chair and does big think. All right,
he's Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Tim Blake Nelson is the lead.
I don't know who that is.
He was in because they're bringing him and Liv Tyler back from Incredible Hulk. Liv Tyler played Hulk's girlfriend in that. The Hulk is not in this though. As far as Mark Ruffalo is not in this,
as far as we know,
and neither is She-Hulk, but they're doing Red Hulk. And it's
wait, Hulk's kid could be in it.
Hulk's kid's not going to be in anything.
He could show up.
I am 99% sure we will never see that character ever again.
Is he Scar in the MCU?
Yes.
He could cameo at the end. Yeah, because Young Avengers. We got to set up Young Avengers.
Do we?
Yeah.
Does he have to be on the team?
Who else? If he's not, no one on the team has powers.
That's true.
Except it'd be Miss Marvel, some regular guys, and then Scar.
Yep.
So yeah, he kind of does.
No, I'm looking forward to the press tour for this, where a 83-year-old Harrison Ford is interrogated over a comic book he's never read and a movie franchise he doesn't care about.
And a character he didn't even play because it's all CGI anyway.
Yeah. Do you think like it's got to be none of him, right? Like he's got to only be the raw stuff. Like they probably didn't even mocap anything with him.
No, because someone else is gonna have to do the movie.
The other thing about Red Hulk is Red Hulk's got a mustache, and he's not gonna have a mustache in this.
No, he doesn't.
Doesn't?
Not usually.
They should give him a mustache.
Not the usual Red Hulk. He's basically the exact same. He just has like more square.
Maybe
head.
this is a Mandela effect thing, and picturing it. I swear to God, he has a mustache.
You could. I think in Agents of Smash he had a mustache. That
He
might
should
be
have
what you're
a.
thinking
No,
of.
he doesn't. He should. He should have a mustache.
Wouldn't
Thunderbolt Ross has a mustache most of the time.
he doesn't have a mustache in this?
Not going to. That's how they. That was the joke in the trailer about them.
Oh.
You got a new look. Like, yeah, I got rid of my mustache.
Yeah, I died and then someone replaced me.
He's like, yeah, they told me I think the line in the trailer, he's like, they told me I couldn't run for president if I had a mustache or something.
You know,
and I was like,
that's a
fun
thing.
fact, back to Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln actually was told, he got a letter in the mail that was like from like a kid that was like, you'll do better running for president if you grow a beard and a mustache, and that's why he did it.
Actually, I think statistically speaking, facial hair is like really bad for a political career, like a political campaign. Like I think traditionally, like
I mean,
almost
yeah.
no one with facial hair
Think
has
about
won
it.
office.
Have we
like
had?
a very long
When's the last time we had a facial hair president?
Like literally, like not since like since before television.
It was before JFK. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the ones that did have beards were before television.
True.
I was gonna say something. Right. You know how James Fetterman, like everyone's like, oh, he had a head John Fetterman, they say like, oh, he had a head transplant.
Yeah.
Like, dude, in the Marvel universe, dude, they must be freaking out.
Some wild conspiracy theories.
Dude, guys get straight up like just replaced with different guys all the time.
I would never. I would be like, no.
The
if
conspiracy
to live in the
must be
Marvel
nuts.
universe would be hell. Like everything would suck.
The politics would be insane.
Well, no, you would be like every other week a city's getting bombed.
You just wouldn't live in a city.
And there's just and you have no control over anything anymore. Like your hands, your fate on a day-to-day basis is just decided by like a bunch of 45-year-old men in skin-tight outfits who may or may not are going to be able to blow up a big robot at the end of the day. Like,
I mean, that's basically how it is now. They're just not wearing skin-tight outfits.
but we also don't have like big purple aliens falling out of the sky with like magic rocks.
True.
Who might disintegrate half the population for 5 years.
True. But we had COVID. That's like close. It disintegrated like all the old people, but like just the old people. Anyway, and the Hydra thing. I mean, dude, if that happened, like, dude, your politics are over.
No, you're cooked.
You're done. Your government's
gone.
Because
the deep state people all win.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, not even that. Like the fact, like that being made public.
Yeah, that would be
because Black Widow, as far as I'm aware, does tell the public about that.
Yeah, in Captain America in Winter Soldier. Yeah, she leaked.
So that's nuts.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Anyway, that would be
also how. I mean, maybe that's why like a military general ended up the president.
You know what would be kind of cool to see?
What?
Sort of a Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
But about
revival
Marvel politics world,
but about the politics going on in the background of their world.
I doubt no one would watch that. It would be kind of.
I think that could be really cool.
Watch it.
I don't think it would be very popular.
No.
But you don't even have to give it a huge budget. You can have it be mostly just regular human characters. Throw like She-Hulk in there because like lawyer or something. But like you can have like little cameos of like street level characters. But like I think that could be cool. I think that would be a cool show. You have Jimmy Woo show up.
Yeah, you could have Jimmy Woo show up. I'm fine with Jimmy Woo showing up in anything. Better be in that Agatha show. What's the point if we're not even going to get Jimmy Woo to show up in that?
Are we ever getting the X-Files Jimmy Woo show?
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I want that. Give me
that.
I
would like that too, but it's not going to happen.
Give me that. I want that show.
Some person at Marvel would be like, how can we turn this into Avengers 6 and make it cost $145 million?
Did you see my least favorite journalist of all time was talking about how the Robert Downey Jr. is going to play Dr. Doom?
Oh, yeah, I've heard that rumor that he's going to play a variant that's like evil Dr. Doom.
And they're going to remember when I pitched that exact idea,
you
but
pitched
it was
that
Kang?
with Kang, yeah.
Did they just watch the podcast?
Well, I don't think that's what they're.
If that does, I don't think it is either. I just assume if My Time to Shine reports a story, that's definitely not true. 100%, that deconfirms it for me. So this is not going to happen. But if it does, on the 1% chance it does,
I mean,
they just watched.
Let's wait for the. We have a new story coming out about all the Avengers stuff.
Okay,
we'll wait till
we'll keep going. Oh, we haven't even gotten through the trailers yet.
Yeah, so there's another Beetlejuice trailer.
Let's skip that one out.
There's 3 trailers and the movie doesn't come out for 2 more months. That's
final trailer.
Yeah, another Alien Romulus trailer. There was another Dune trailer for Dune
Kinda talked
Prophecy.
about Alien.
Yeah, you don't have to play the whole thing if you don't want to.
I'll cut through.
Alien, I'm just like I'm waiting for it to come out. I'm cool with it. I'm on board. Let's see it.
This is the same text as the Captain America one,
Where it's
text with clear
Yeah.
letters where you see what's going on through the letters.
yeah.
Can you pull those out of your mouth? Is that a
What?
thing you can do?
The facehuggers?
Yeah.
I think they can if they get soon enough.
Oh no, she's still dying.
Because once they
Let's knock it.
once they fully like suck on there, you're screwed. But I think like before they like leach in, you can kind of pull them
How
out.
long do they have to leech onto you before they lay the egg?
In Alien, it's like a couple hours.
Well, no, I think he was like incubated. Like I think it just didn't leave his head. But like, how long does it take for them to?
Well,
put
the eggs
egg
took.
in you?
Well, it stays there for a while, and then they pull it off, and then the eggs take a little bit long.
Okay.
But it's not that. It's like maybe a couple hours.
All right. Anyway, let's see. What's the other trailer?
There was another one for Dune Prophecy, which is coming out later
I
this
haven't
year.
seen
The
any of
prequel
Dune
show.
Prophecy ones.
It's just people kind of standing around in a room. But yeah, you're looking forward to that. Where are you in the
one.
Dune series?
I
Did you
haven't
just
read
do
the second one yet. I have it. I just haven't read it
Okay.
yet.
I have not even read the first one. I have it on a
The
shelf.
movie is honestly pretty close. The only things that they shortened the time frame that the book takes place in quite a bit. Paul kind of has a lot more time to do things. He has a couple of kids. His sister that's in like still
The baby.
a baby. She's Alea, I think is her name. She is like a full-on character in the book.
Yeah. I
Like
know.
she's born and she has like the weird
She's one of the main
psychic
ones.
thing.
In
Yeah, she's like
Messiah.
she kills Baron Harkonnen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And
like,
they gave that to Josh Brolin in the movie.
yeah. They also changed Fade Ralpha quite a bit. He is a lot more flamboyant in the book. Like he's more of a showman. They did show that a lot in the movie with the big arena and everything.
Mhm.
But he almost has like a kind of a Spider-Man energy to him where he's like constantly quipping during battle.
Okay.
They didn't really do that in the movie very much. Chani, they changed
Yeah.
quite a bit. In the book, she's pretty much just a
He's
drone.
passive, yeah.
In the movie, she has a lot bigger role. Stilgar is more or less the same. He has a couple of different friends, but they kind of rolled them all
Yeah,
into
probably just into him so that the movie.
the Josh Brolin's character.
Yeah.
They kind of rolled them all together into one. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, they were
Did
fairly
they cover
faithful to
any
the themes.
prequel stuff? Because that's what Prophecy is 100 years before.
So the only Dune books that cover the before time
Are the crazy ones?
are the ones that his son wrote after he died,
Okay.
which are crazy.
Mm-hmm. And bad.
Than the crazy ones, and also bad.
So maybe the show will fix them.
So maybe they'll just do just a completely different, unrelated thing.
No, I'm interested to see what they do with the show. I don't think Denis Villeneuve is involved at all with the show.
See, now that's a good sign. That's great. That's what you want.
I don't know.
You don't want that.
There's a trailer for Rick and Morty, the anime.
I want to watch this. Just
I
'cause-
don't.
Oh my god, it looks so bad.
It looks so bad.
Oh my
I
gosh,
don't know.
I've never seen an anime look worse.
I don't understand why they're doing.
Okay, that's not
this.
true. I've seen X Arm, but I can show you.
It
the trailer
doesn't
for
seem
X
like
Arm in a minute.
anyone making this wants to make it.
It looks horrible.
Like it just looks bad.
Like it looks. It's very. It is not. It honestly. It doesn't look bad.
It looks bad.
It looks bad for what it is. But like, if this art style was like a Doraemon type
I'm not
show,
even just talking about the art style. I'm just talking about like the quality of the show. Like I don't.
but that's what like this art style, this like type of animation could work in a different series. I think people just weren't expecting this from Rick and Morty. This should have been a different property altogether. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I don't understand
know
why it's
what
a
is
Rick and
going
Morty
on
thing.
here.
And I guess this is normally we know when the next season of Rick and Morty's coming out, but I guess we're not getting one this year. So this is I guess what we're getting instead is this.
And this looks
And
so
it
bad.
looks so bad. I don't know
It
why.
looks like a slideshow. It does not look like an animated thing. Okay, see that animation kind of. Wait here. So, everyone like that. That's going a little nutty. But like that's the only part that's animated out of the whole trailer.
I don't
Like, what's
I don't
going on?
get the reasoning on why they even made this show.
See, like that's just slide. This is a slideshow now. Like, I don't understand. It looks weird. It looks bad. I don't like it. Let me
Have
show you
you-
X-Arm.
Did we? You ended up watching the last season of Rick and Morty, right?
Yeah. No, the last season of Rick and Morty was good.
It was good. Show's actually getting better. But,
Yeah. Here, look at this.
I don't know what the deal is.
This is the worst anime
I mean, I can barely see.
ever. But look at that.
Is it 3D?
Yeah. It was done by the guy who did the action for The Matrix. He was the
Really? He was like the stunt coordinator?
Yeah, the stunt coordinator for The Matrix did all the action for this movie. Like, what's happening should be cool, but it's animated so awful that every single thing sucks.
This is like an independent thing? Like
No,
they do,
this was a Blade Runner thing.
like the Blade Runner studio?
No, like a Blade Runner thing.
Oh, like it's a Blade Runner.
Or
like,
no, I'm getting it
spin-off.
mixed up with there was a CGI Blade Runner anime with the same exact setup, literally the
Something
same people
Lotus,
involved.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that one was good. It was a different one.
It's
It was CGI. The Black Lotus one I think
Okay.
is normal. But
20
anyway, yeah, that's the one. That's the
2039.
anime that everyone goes like, oh yeah, that's the worst animated one ever.
Okay.
That's like the food fight of anime, basically.
Oh wow. Anyway, Sam, moving on to our next news story, which our next two kind of go together. The Russo brothers are in talks to return to Marvel to direct Avengers 5 and Secret Wars. They're in early stages to come back. It's not a done deal. The hiring would end a months-long search by the studio for a filmmaker to take on the project. Multiple names have been offered the role over the past couple months. Most recently was Deadpool and Wolverine director Sean Levy, who said no. He said he wanted to focus on other projects, including a Star Wars movie he is for some reason making at Lucasfilm, but also it will never
He's
get
doing
made.
the first Jedi one, right?
No, he's doing a different thing.
What does he do? Have they said what
We
he's
don't
doing?
know yet. It's one of those like 7 different random Star Wars movies that they'll
Okay,
never
sure,
make.
whatever.
Deadline reports that the Russos are being brought in on, quote, various fronts, but Marvel is prioritizing the Avengers sequels. This makes perfect sense.
Was it?
They probably... No, okay. They have been going around...
No, like why wasn't this the first guy they asked?
So, let me get... So, they have been going around, they've been asking, like, pretty much anyone who has ever directed a movie if they want to do these. Obviously, Avengers 5, Destin Daniel Cretton was supposed to do. He stepped away when all the Jonathan Majors stuff went down, and also that movie has switched writers. It was going to be Jeff Loveness. Now it's Michael Waldron, but also there's a rumor that Michael Waldron has now left that movie. So
Very good. Good.
who even knows what the focus or the script for any of that is at this point? And if you look at what they've been doing, I think there was obviously a conscious effort Marvel was making after Phase 3 to bring in a bunch of new creative people to come work on it.
Yeah, they were looking to kind of refresh.
Because if you go back to like Phase 3, like out of like half the stuff they did was written by Marcus and McFeely, and all the Captain America sequels and Avengers 3 and 4 were both the Russo brothers. It was like that team.
Yeah.
I think they probably wanted to move away. My guess it was a mutual thing after Endgame. Is the Russos probably wanted a break from doing Avengers stuff.
Yeah, they wanted to do some. Well, no, because like right after they were like, "Oh yeah, we'd be down to direct another Avengers," like within a few months.
But that's because you don't ever say no. We're never going to do that. Like they probably wanted a break from Marvel stuff for a bit.
But they didn't do anything.
And Marvel
after
also
that.
probably didn't want to pay them because their asking price probably went real high after.
Yeah, well, they made the biggest movie ever.
So they probably. But
pay them. What do you mean?
Sean Levy and Destin Daniel Cretton probably a lot less than the Russo brothers in terms of pay, and that's probably the same thing with Marcus and McFeely because they worked on a bunch of Marvel stuff for like 10 years, and they haven't done it. They haven't touched anything since Endgame. So it's the same thing where probably their salary got high, and they want to find some newer, cheaper Rick and Morty writers to come work on stuff. So I think that was the reasoning Marvel did, and I think they went to a bunch of filmmakers. And after the Jonathan Majors stuff and the strikes and everything and all the quality issues they've been having, I don't think anyone really wanted to touch these. They went back to the Russos, are probably like, we'll pay you whatever you want. And the other thing is the reports of the Russos wanted more creative control as well. And Marvel is always really, really hands-on, like the executives are on the creative decisions. So they're probably going to have to concede some more creative control to them also, which they didn't want to do. But these are the safest choice, and this is good for the Russos because everything the Russos have done since Endgame has been on all accounts really terrible. Everything they've directed.
21 Bridges or whatever that movie
They've
was?
produced technically they won an Oscar since Endgame. They won an Oscar for producing Everything Everywhere All at Once, but
Produced that.
they didn't. They didn't do anything.
So,
But like The Gray Man and Cherry, which were like their 2 movies they've directed,
they did do that movie.
apparently both like rancid and bad. So this is the smart choice on Marvel's part, and I think this is a Disney wide thing where you can obviously tell the company motto right now is play it safe, do the things that we know works, and Avengers movies.
Do the things that we know works, and also Agatha all along.
Well, but that was in the works. But that was in the works before like their big creative reset. So like,
so was Ironheart. And that thing's
but-
done.
but obviously they're sitting on that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if that is their stated goal, why would they release Agatha all along and not Ironheart?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's cheaper. I don't know. I don't know what the thing is.
But they've finished. It's done.
Well, they're finished, but I think they're spacing them out. That's why they're not releasing Ironheart.
Yes.
They're spacing them out more. I mean, there hasn't been when's the last Marvel live action show? I think it was Secret Invasion, right? Like that was like a year ago.
Yeah, and that show was really stupid.
That was really bad. And I guess there probably won't be much better, but that's not the point.
How did they mess up Secret Invasions?
But I think like Avengers movies directed by the
bad.
Russo brothers, who are guys who can deliver stuff people like on time, semi on budget, control these big giant ensemble casts. I think that's probably smart. And the guys who know how to do the action stuff also.
Yeah, they're very good at action.
Which has been a really big problem for them in some recent stuff. So in like the Marvels, obviously. So like,
well, I don't think the Marvels really had bad action. It had just really bad editing.
yeah.
Like the actual fights were decent. Like they were cool. But like the editing made it
But
hard
I'm saying
to follow.
like the Russos can deliver like big memorable action scenes with these characters.
They have a more cinematic
that most
air
of their
about
like
them,
their recent directors or whoever's running the action stuff, because there's also reports that
like
like
Shang-Chi had really good action.
but that the guy who did that didn't want to do this. Like this is like
Yeah.
where you go is like these guys.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think the recent movies have really had an action problem.
But they're also not signed on. But because this is breaking so close to Comic-Con, my guess is they're going to
They'll
try to
announce
get
it
this
there.
deal done by the end of the week so that they can roll them out at Comic-Con and be like,
yeah,
we got the
we
Russo
got
brothers
the
back.
guys. They're here.
And if there's them doing it, the search is over. Like you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, like they're gonna lock in.
But we have the Comic-Con schedule for Hall H. We'll just run through it. This is of course next week, so we'll get to it, and then the Marvel panels obviously at the end. We'll talk about probably what to expect from that. So on Thursday, July 25th, Hall H is gonna have panels on Transformers 1. So expect
Hey.
probably another trailer for that.
Talking, I'm gonna...
And SpongeBob 25th anniversary celebration is gonna have a panel. Percy Jackson and the Olympians is getting a Hall H panel. So maybe some casting stuff for that. They haven't started shooting that yet, so I doubt they're gonna have anything that big, but maybe they'll be like, we found Talia. She's gonna be in one episode at the very end of the season.
Oh, Percy Jackson. I
Yeah.
didn't register you were talking about Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking too long. They should already be shooting that.
Why didn't they start shooting that right after
I
they
know-
finished shooting the first season?
Like these things with the kids, like you gotta get it.
And they're not doing anything else.
You don't want to be in a Stranger Things
What else are
situation.
they in?
It's-
Literally nothing, I don't think.
We talked about this before the show, but the most recent season of Cobra Kai just started.
They're all like 40 years old
And I was
now.
watching that show, and there's an episode where they're like having a sleepover, and I'm like, "You're all 27.
This is weird.
This is weird now. Like, just quit. Like it's
even in universe.
It
Aren't
just
they
gets
all like?
weird.
Aren't they all like
in
late
the
high school?
In the show, they're starting their senior year of high school.
Even senior year of high
But
school,
even
having a
beyond
sleepover
that,
is very
like,
weird.
All of the actors are too old to be doing any of this. Like,
Yeah.
like Johnny Lawrence or like Ralph Macchio will come and tell him to do something. I'm like, you're like both grown adults. Like you should not be a thing
What are you doing
anymore. Anyway, but yeah, no, Percy Jackson, you don't want to run into that problem.
Gotta do it quick. And there's a lot of stuff to cover.
Like,
there.
and I know
those books are not short books.
And I know the thing is like
I mean, they
the
are
studio doesn't want to
relatively,
like
but, you know.
greenlit stuff until like after the whole season's aired. But,
No.
like, you just gotta roll on these things and just count that they're gonna work.
Run.
Yeah.
And if you decide to cancel it later, fine. But run.
Yeah. What We Do in the Shadows, Farewell Seasons getting a panel, and then Deadpool and Wolverine: A Celebration of Life is going to be a panel.
What?
John Levy, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman are all going to be there. That's the night Deadpool and Wolverine opens. So I think it's
Does that mean a celebration of
They're
life?
just going to have a
What?
panel where they're going to talk about making the movie and stuff because the movie will have come out that night.
Okay.
And then on Friday, The Boys season 4 is going to have a panel. They're just calling it a celebration because obviously the season's over.
Yeah, it just wrapped.
I guess they're going to be like, expect some of
Wasn't
this
that
in season
crazy?
5. Wasn't
Yeah.
that crazy? The Boys season 4 didn't have anything like big, as crazy moments as the show has had in the past, though.
Well, not Homelander.
We'll talk about the finale,
The Butcher reveal was a pretty big reveal, but
I'm
that's
saying,
like really it.
Crazy, like crawling into a penis and
Yeah, there was no penis.
There was no
exploding
stuff
this
like
time,
that,
which I think was good. Honestly, that was kind of getting ridiculous.
Lord of the Rings: The Rings of Power is going to have a panel. If anyone cares
Show
about that, I
Still
thought that
going on.
that show is still going on. I think it's got a 5-season pickup, so it's
Ah.
going to be around for like 10 years.
Didn't they have like a couple sentences of source material to use?
They had some appendixes of source material.
Yeah, so like a paragraph.
Maybe a couple paragraphs in like a short story. They're making stuff.
What are
up.
we doing?
They're doing 5 seasons of a show no one watches that costs
Why?
$1 billion to make.
Why?
Why not? Doctor Who's gonna have a panel. The Walking Dead is getting 2 panels. Hall H has really fallen off.
What are we? What are we doing? The Walking Dead?
Dude, The Walking
We're
Dead.
still doing
The Walking Dead is still no. The Walking Dead, the main show, is over.
It's been over for like a
But
decade.
there's like 7 spin-off shows.
No,
So,
there aren't.
The Walking Dead.
No, there are not.
The Walking Dead Dead City Season 2 is getting a panel, followed by, this is the real title, The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol is getting a panel.
No,
That's the title.
No, it's not. Do you want to know how I know it isn't?
Hold on. It is The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol.
Listen. These shows aren't real.
No, they're not.
They are like this has got to be some kind of tax
Who
scheme.
is watching these at this point?
No one's watching. They're not real.
And they're all like exclusive to AMC Plus.
Well, no, that's the thing. They're just saying that so that people will so that they can get money from like
some
the studio or something. And they're just saying they're
Hey.
up there and they're not. They're not making these.
You know what?
There is no way that there is 2 seasons of a show called Walking Dead Dead City on AMC Plus because no one has ever seen it. There's no actors involved. There's no creators involved. It's not real. That is not a real thing. This is a conspiracy theory.
If there's one thing I'm supportive of, it's people wasting studio money. So I have no problem with this.
This is like, but what is even this?
These aren't even the only 2. There's like 3 more.
No, there aren't.
Want me to look up all of them for you?
No. There cannot be. It does not. It simply cannot exist.
Oh my gosh, there's so... One, the main show is 11 seasons long to begin with.
That's too much content.
The
There
Walking-
cannot be that much to talk about.
Okay, so there is The Walking Dead, which is 11 seasons.
Mhm.
There is Fear the Walking Dead, which is 8 seasons.
That one I remember. That one was real. People talked about that one. That one aired on TV.
There was The Walking Dead World Beyond,
See, that's not real.
which was 2 seasons. There
No,
was
it
Tales
wasn't.
of the Walking Dead, which
That's
was a
not
season.
real either.
There's The Walking Dead Dead City, which is
No.
getting 2nd season.
That's not a show.
There's The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, which The Book of Carol is apparently
Who's Daryl Dixon?
the 2nd one, and it's already been renewed for a 3rd season.
Who's Daryl Dixon?
Daryl Dixon is the guy who became the protagonist of the main show after the main guy left for his own spinoff, which is called The Walking Dead: The Ones Who Live, which also got a season. And then there's another show, and this is the real title of this new show: More Tales from the Walking Dead Universe.
So they just gave up completely.
They just gave up.
Not to mention the 3 video games.
They already had a show called Tales of the Walking Dead, and instead of just making a 2nd season, they created a whole nother show called More Tales of the Walking Dead.
Why didn't they just keep the main show going?
I can't explain any of these decisions.
Like, okay. Just find an excuse to put all that content in like a 12th season
three,
of that
four,
show.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hang on, 10, 11. Across all of these shows, there have been 11 different showrunners.
You know, maybe it's a good thing that the Game of Thrones finale was awful.
Because then because they didn't even stop.
We got one spin-off, and
They're
the
doing,
spin-off
like,
is
2
good.
more.
Yeah, but like, they're probably gonna be good because like House of the Dragon is good.
Oh, Sam, I didn't
like
even,
House of the Dragon is a real
hang on,
show.
I didn't even mention all the web series.
Those aren't real. None of that is real. None of that is real. None of what you just listed off. Fear the Walking Dead was a real spin-off. The rest are not real. Those are simply not shows. They simply do not exist. No one is watching them.
There's like novels and theme park rides and all these video games. I have not heard anyone talk about The Walking Dead in like 10 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, actually, who's watching
Who
this?
is actually? It's gotta be old people.
Old people don't have AMC Plus.
But they have AMC, the cable channel. Maybe they're watching it.
Do
on there.
they?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Someone's gotta be watching this.
Do they?
Is it really big overseas? Maybe that's it.
Do any of the spin-offs take place in like
No,
Thailand or something? Like,
no,
why would it be
because
big
it's
overseas?
all the same characters. It's like it's all just spin-offs following like various cast
And
members
zombie
from the
media
first
has
show.
been dead for like
No,
8
it
years.
peaked in like 2011.
Like, we haven't done a good zombie thing. Okay, I mean, The Last of Us was good, but like, we haven't done.
But even the game came out in like 2013.
Yeah, we haven't done like a new zombie thing in a decade now.
Yeah, a new zombie thing for sure. Because a lot of stuff.
We've done a lot of like
follow-ups.
continuing old stuff.
But
like,
yeah, no, like a new big zombie franchise has been a long
what do we
time.
do? What are we doing?
I guess.
All right,
Even Train to Busan was 8 years ago.
What's next?
More panels. The Walking. No, we just did The Walking Dead. Okay, Saturday. Saturday we'll have a Superman and Lois final season. We'll get a
I
panel.
thought that was already over.
No, there's one more season left. It's airing this. I watched the first season of that. It's good. I never saw the other two.
Watch the rest.
No, but it's not because I didn't want to. It's just I didn't have time.
But you had time to watch all of that 70s show spin-offs?
Of course I did. No, I haven't seen the second season of that 90s show.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Berserker, which is Keanu Reeves' thing, is getting a panel. I think that's for the comic, but that's also supposed to be turned into a movie, so maybe there'll be some news for that. Star Trek universe is supposed to have a panel. Obviously, they're always working on 75 different Star Trek shows. Maybe they will finally have some news on that Star Trek 4 movie that's never going to get made.
They won't.
Because it's been 8 years since Star Trek Beyond.
Is Beyond the third one?
Mm-hmm. Beyond's good.
Beyond was fun.
It just didn't make that much money.
I didn't realize it was setting up for more stuff. I thought it was kind of the
they've been working on a Star Trek 4 forever. The original plan was they were going to bring Hemsworth back, and it was going to be like a time travel thing, and Kirk was going to team up with his dad. It was going to be Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth together.
Chris Hemsworth was going to play Chris Pine's dad.
He plays him before he was Thor. He was in the opening scene of Star Trek 2000 of the Star Trek 2009.
Just the opening scene.
Yeah, because he dies in the. It's part of his whole origin and Kelvin timeline.
Okay.
We don't have time for that. Also on Saturday, the Penguin panel, which apparently by the way, this is DC's only major panel at Comic-Con, is going to be for the Penguin.
How?
So
how?
So DC Studios won't be there
During a major studio-wide content reboot is our only panel on the Penguin.
Yeah. So
a show that basically no one cares about.
I think DC Animation is going to have their own thing, not in Hall
good.
H.
Yeah, they're really killing it.
I think Cape Crusader is going to get a panel, the new Batman show, and release some artwork for Creature Commandos for Comic-Con, but I don't think they're having a panel for it. I don't know why.
I've seen like a weirdly large influx in like advertising for the animated Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3 movie.
Okay.
Like I've just seen a lot of ads.
Do you want me to do something about it?
No, like why are we pushing that so hard?
I don't know. But yeah, okay. So most of the creative team is going to be at the Penguin thing. Colin Farrell won't be there. He'll be there over Zoom. I don't know why. Matt Reeves will be there, and the talk is that there will be some big news at this for probably some casting stuff for the Batman 2, and they're expecting
Joker
big stuff
cast.
around it. Well, we know who's playing the Joker.
Then what are we announcing?
Barry Keoghan, but we don't know who the villain for Batman Part 2 is going to be.
Joker.
It could. The reports are that it's not, because we've heard
Then
stuff that
why did
we've heard stuff that
Joker?
Clayface is going to be in it, so we could get some casting for stuff like that. But the rumors are to expect something big from the Penguin panel, which makes sense because they already dropped the new trailer for it. And if you're going to have Matt Reeves be there, who's not super involved with this, it would make sense that you have some stuff involving the Batman universe to be there.
You think
And
if
DC Studios isn't going to be there, the Matt Reeves Batman
is going to try
universe,
and fill the gap?
well,
Yeah.
that's going to be DC's presence.
Do you think Clayface is going to look like the anime one or like the one from Harley
I think
Quinn?
he's going to be not a big clay monster. I think he's
so like
going
the
to be a
anime
guy.
one?
What anime?
The anime, remember the anime they made just like a week ago?
Of Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
I didn't watch.
Yeah, but he's in that, and he's a regular guy. Basically,
The only part of it I've seen is the part I watched with you.
Yeah, I also
for 10
haven't seen any
minutes.
more than that. I saw some clips. Apparently, there's like one of the episodes, the animation looks really bad. I mean, I don't know.
We'll find out. But
But there's a part where Clayface is in that show, and he wears like a suit and like a fedora.
that is the info the internet is saying is the Penguin panel is
Probably what it's gonna be.
is gonna have some big stuff at it, which makes me wonder why the Marvel people went right after that. But I don't know what the deal with that is. But before we get to Marvel, yeah, DC Studios is not gonna be there.
They are not going to cook anything.
which is interesting. Now,
Why are they not going to? Cook
okay,
anything?
it would make sense to me that James Gunn can't go because he's shooting Superman and Peacemaker right now. Like he's already jumping back in between doing both of those at the same time. So
Put somebody over there.
But I don't know why Peter Safran can't be there.
Then someone over there.
And I don't know. I guess they don't have anything they want to announce. But you would think this is going to be the only.
How do they not?
This is the last Comic-Con before Superman comes out, because next year's Comic-Con will be after Superman.
Yeah, they should at least
So
have
it
a
would be
trailer
weird.
or a teaser
Well, they
or
won't-
something.
But normally you would be like, here's the logo and the text. Here's the text font we used. And,
yeah, but he's already been.
oh,
throwing
and
all that
here's
on-
the whole cast, and they're all here. And
He's already put all that on Instagram threads.
Well, we have the logo, but we don't have. I'm just saying, like, normally this is what you would do at Comic-Con, is be like,
yeah,
here's the cast, and they're all gonna be like, I love Superman, and let's go Superman.
and Superman is my
Yeah.
favorite guy from my childhood.
Like normally that's what
yeah.
you do, and they have other stuff they're going. Like it's supposed to start soon. Like Peacemaker's going right now. Supergirl is supposed to start at the end of the year. They already have a writer and director, and they've cast Supergirl for that. They could be there.
So Supergirl's the second movie.
That's gonna be the next one after Superman is Supergirl. It'll be like March 2026, I think, is Supergirl. But
That seems like too many supers
yeah,
too fast.
I don't know about that. I think there should be at least one thing in.
Got to be
between.
something in between.
But like
Because people are going to expect Supergirl to basically be Superman too, whether or not that's what it is. That's what people are going to want it to be.
Well, we'll see what happens with Superman, whether or not they want that. But
They want it.
But,
They
like,
always want another Superman.
Lanterns is happening. Like they have a whole writing team for that. They've announced a bunch of movies and shows, and there's no news on them.
How do they not have anything
Like
to say?
Waller, what's going on with Waller? That's had a writer since like 2 years ago.
Are we doing a Waller show?
Yeah,
Why?
I'm just saying, like these are things that are supposed. Like Creature Commandos comes out this year, and there's no like.
Okay, but that's not real.
But you're not gonna have a trailer for that, at least. Like,
Well,
come
they're
on.
not gonna release.
It's weird that they just.
That's never gonna actually exist.
No, it is, because James Gunn wrote the whole thing and greenlit it himself.
No.
He's in charge of it. Did you see that? Did we talk about that when that was revealed? Was that he had pitched it to DC and they didn't greenlight it, and then he became in charge and he
And he
greenlit
was
the
like,
show.
my show gets greenlit now. That's so stupid.
Anyway, but yeah, no, it is weird that they're not gonna be there at all. I mean, I guess it's just because they don't have footage of anything.
Does he just
And then we're
only
dropping
know
any
how to
footage.
make Guardians of the Galaxy?
We'll find out.
Because Creature Commandos is just Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's spooky Suicide
And
Squad.
Suicide Squad is also just Guardians of the Galaxy.
On Earth, yeah.
So does he know how to make a different movie?
Oh, Superman.
Yes,
I mean, he's made other movies, but they're like vulgar and weird.
Yeah, they don't. All right.
Anyway,
Well, what's next?
so,
Anything else?
Marvel Studios.
Anything else for that?
yeah, well, so Marvel Studios is gonna have a panel. It's only gonna be an hour and a half, which is pretty short for a Comic-Con panel.
Especially a Marvel Comic Con.
I am not expecting them to announce anything new.
I think they are going to have a very long timeline with a bunch that's white,
Of course.
with a bunch of little tick marks that go
Uh-huh.
one on the other side in every other one.
Of course.
And they're going to have every movie announced
And
ever.
Kevin Feige will walk
And
out on
Kevin
stage
Feige's
with his
gonna
hat.
go up there with his hat, and he's gonna go, "We're making Toaster Strudel 11," and everyone's gonna go, "Yeah, that's my favorite character," and the other people are gonna go, "No, that's the wokest character, and I hate it," and then that's gonna be what happens.
But okay, so we know what I think we know everything that Marvel is doing this year and next year. We don't know beyond that. I think the main thing we're gonna get at this is they're gonna tell us what's going on with Avengers, and they're gonna give us some dates for some stuff we already know they're making. I'm not expecting them to go out there and be like, Guardians of the Galaxy 4 is happening. Like, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get any big announcements.
Like
that
we know
this
they're
year.
doing an X-Men movie. I don't even think they're going to talk about it. I don't think we're going to get anything
think-
like that. I feel like
I think it will be focused on Avengers 5, and we'll
I
get a
think
lot
so
of information
too.
about that.
I think they're going to finally give it a title.
Yeah.
I think if they have the Russo signed on, they're going to walk the Russo brothers out and be like, "We're doing Avengers 5 and we're doing Secret Wars."
Wait.
And then
no,
I think
no,
I
no,
think
no,
they're
no.
going to tell us some people who are going to be on the Avengers team,
Yeah.
because they're going to need to do that at some point.
Because we still don't know who the Avengers are.
We don't
right
know
now.
who the Avengers are. The only thing we know is that Benedict Cumberbatch has been doing interviews where he's saying he's supposed to start filming it next year. Like, that's all we know.
I know what it's called.
What's it called, Sam?
So you know how it was called Kang Dynasty?
Yep.
Yeah, so alliteration is a cool thing. So we'll call it Doom Dynasty.
Wow.
That's a cooler name, I think.
So you think we're just gonna do Doctor Doom in the Avengers movies? You just
Yeah,
locked
I
in on
think
that?
we know they're not doing Kang.
They can't do Kang.
They've made it very clear.
Well, they
that-
can't do Kang the Conqueror.
They've made it clear that they're not pursuing that. I think through what
They could
we've
do-
seen in the leaks and what's going on behind the scenes, I think it's clear that that's not where they're going anymore. And I think honestly, for people who were invested in that arc, I think Ant-Man can serve as a conclusion to that
Well,
arc.
Loki season 2, they go like, and there's been no Kangs, and the Kangs aren't showing up, and
yeah,
everything is
like
fine.
Loki season 2, like we had the Ant-Man where they kill the super evil Kang.
Well, there's that Kang. There's the Ant-Man post-credit
And we
scene.
had Loki where they were like, and the Kangs are gone. So I
Yeah.
think we're good on Kang, really, for now. If they're ever bring him back, I don't think they will. I think we're good with Kang.
Only they hadn't shot that scene where they revealed that all the Kangs look like that one guy.
Yeah, that kind of screwed
That
me
kind
over.
of screwed. If they just not put that scene in there, they could have just been like, and the rest of them don't look like Jonathan Majors,
Yeah.
and everything is fine.
I think we're gonna see Doctor Doom. I don't know, not at the Comic-Con, but I think that's who
You
the
think
villain
that's
is.
who the villain is?
And I think the Fantastic Four movie is the
I think-
perfect way to set that up.
I don't,
Because
well,
that's
he's not in it.
he'll be in it. He'll be in the post-credit scene. He might not be the villain of the movie, but what's Doctor Doom's actual name?
Victor Von Doom.
Victor Von Doom will be in the movie. I guarantee it. He's the only
Well,
villain of the Fantastic
but the other
Four.
thing is-
They have no other villains.
Well, they're doing Galactus. And
Yeah, but he's gonna be like their scientist buddy. Like he's gonna be their guy in the chair.
you think he'll be there?
I think he'll be there. I don't think he'll be Doctor Doom. I think Galactus will doomify him.
Okay.
He'll get lost in space or whatever.
Well,
And
the
he'll
other thing
be
is
the Avengers 5
Fantastic
threat.
Four is going to be in a different universe than the main MC.
Okay, so here's what we do. Galactus.
I know they're doing, so they can
Yeah.
move him over. I'm just
Victor
saying.
Von Doom is their guy in the chair.
Yep.
He helps them do the math
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
to make the ultimate nullifier, right? Because that's how you beat Galactus. Galactus gets ultimately nullified, but he like a part of him like corrupts Victor Von Doom.
And he goes,
He eats the rest of their universe except for the Fantastic Four who escape.
Yeah.
They do what the Hulk did in Avengers, and they go to
They
regular
ditch for
616, but not really Earth.
199.
Yeah, and they go and they tell Doctor Strange, they're like, "Oh my God, this evil space guy is
We're
coming."
going to have to assemble an Avengers
and
5.
Doctor Strange goes, "Another evil space guy, another group of guys warning me about an evil space guy crashed through my window again. That's the third time this month. I'm not listening to you." And they go, "Please, it's really bad. It's really, really bad."
And then a big
and then he
spaceship
shows up
shows
and
up.
he eats the moon or something. And then he blows something up. And then Doctor Strange is like, "Oh my God, they were right.
And this is how
we
Fantastic
have
Four
to
ends."
call the Avengers. Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop. Hello, not Steve Rogers or Iron Man, because you're not relevant anymore. We need you guys
And-
got to assemble right now."
And you're both maybe dead. Is
And
Steve
then-
Rogers dead? Is that confirmed?
I don't think he's dead, but I don't think he's like active.
Did they say
anymore.
that in Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I think they do.
They would have gone to his funeral. If he died, there would have been a scene where they were at his funeral.
Maybe they kept it so vague they don't say.
Okay. Do you
Because he
know?
would be old.
Do you remember what my biggest problem with Superman: Dawn of Justice was?
You mean Batman versus Superman?
Yeah.
You could have just said that.
Yeah. Do you remember what my biggest problem with that movie was?
Not off the top of my head.
We didn't get to see the Justice League at Superman's funeral.
Oh yeah, sure.
If Captain America just dies
That's
randomly
true.
and we don't see the Avengers at his
Or
funeral,
even like just Anthony Mackie there,
or
like Falcon.
yeah,
or
his
Soldier.
little group of buddies.
Yeah, that would be
That would be
hilarious.
so lame. That's such a huge missed opportunity.
That would be funny that Iron Man got that big funeral scene and Captain America gets like.
I think
a line
Captain
of
America
dialogue.
4 will start with that
Think they're
scene.
gonna show his funeral.
I think that's how it starts.
Yeah, because I think if they bring him back, it'll be a multiverse thing. It won't be like a.
And that's part of the metaphor of the movie is like the old American way is kind
the
of
Brave New World. is
yeah,
gonna
the
have no
old
Steve
American
Rogers
way
in it.
has kind of gone and run its course and he's dead now. We have to kind of pick up the pieces of that legacy and build a brave new world. I think that's
So,
going to be the main theme of the
The
movie.
stuff that's coming up, we have Agatha and Captain America, which they'll probably both touch on, but they already put out the trailers for those, so I don't really know.
They're probably not doing much with that.
Thunderbolts is wrapped filming. I would expect them to walk the Thunderbolts cast out. They're probably
We'll see a trailer.
They're not
Probably
gonna have a trailer for it. It's a year away.
a teaser. Well, so is Captain America.
No, wait, Thunderbolts might be even further. I think Thunderbolts might be like November
I
next
thought it
year.
was supposed to come out this year.
No, it's next year.
Yeah, but I thought it was supposed to come out this year.
Oh yeah, well everything got pushed back.
Yeah.
But so they'll probably walk the Thunderbolts cast out and be like, we don't know who the villain for that is yet, so they'll probably reveal that.
Yeah.
Then we have Fantastic Four.
Who would the villain even be?
I don't know.
Can't be the Red Skull in space.
Do you think they would do
Forever.
more Hydra stuff? I don't think they're gonna do that.
Is there like a Russian...
Oh, well, we know Sentry's in it, but Sentry's not like not a planner,
Russian Captain America is one of the good
He's
guys,
on the team,
so he
yeah.
can't.
and he's stupid. So I
And
don't-
he's like really dumb. So I don't think he would be making evil plans.
see, that would be a thing where like the leader should be the villain of that, because he would have like a plan that you would need a Black Ops team to go.
yeah,
in
to
on.
like fight against. Maybe Zemo. Zemo was.
But he's not in it. The guy who plays him said he's not in Thunderbolts. They didn't ask him to come back.
Did the did any of that like New Age Doomsday cult group from
From Falcon
Falcon and Winter Soldier, did they
I think
did
they
any
all
of them do anything
died,
or did they all
or
die?
They're just like around. Like, yeah, the only people we know in this are like the people on the team. We don't know who the villain is, so I would expect them to.
I'm just trying to think who the villain even could be.
Yeah.
Maybe the Red Hulk?
Captain America.
Yeah, but I
You
think
couldn't do Red Hulk twice in 1 year. I mean, Thunderbolt Ross is in this, so
Red Hulk is in it.
maybe.
technically.
But they also might like give him a de-Red Hulkify serum at the end of Captain America. So,
Yeah, you think they're gonna de-red him?
yeah, I think they'll probably de-Red him.
You think maybe purple Happy Hogan?
Because it
will
would be
kill
weird
him?
if he was president of the United States and still a
And
big
still
red
the
angry
Hulk.
rage monster.
What if that's like a secret thing?
Well, they're probably going to cover that part up at the end of that movie so that everyone knows that everyone doesn't think the president's going to eat him or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, we have Captain America, we got Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four, they'll probably also have the cast there for that. I think they're supposed to start shooting that like 2 weeks from now. So they'll probably walk them out and then get them on a plane to set. So that's probably what they're going to do with them.
Yeah.
We might get costumes. I would like to see some costumes for that. See what the costumes are going to look like.
I don't think they've pulled those out on stage.
How do they not wear them? Like
Like
show
they
a
just
picture.
like pull the
show a
rack
cast
out.
photo of them and they're like
Yeah,
all standing
yeah.
around in their outfits or whatever. So maybe that, and then beyond that, 2026.
Who even is on the team? Ghost,
Oh, for Thunderbolts,
Russian Captain America,
It's Bucky.
Black Widow's sister.
It's Bucky. It's Ghost. It's U.S. Agent.
right.
It's Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. Who's
She's not on the team.
She's not on the
She's-
team.
Yeah.
Like she's the Nick Fury or whatever. It's Yelena Belova. It's Red Guardian. It's Taskmaster, and that's it.
Oh, I thought
It's
Ghost,
a bunch
I
of
thought Ghost
Captain
was on the
America.
team.
Yeah, it's Ghost. I said Ghost.
Oh.
There's one person with superpowers and then a bunch of Captain Americas.
Well, Bucky has an indestructible arm.
But he mostly just has Captain America powers.
Yeah.
Him, U.S. Agent, and Red Guardian all have the
all
same
have
powers.
the same powers.
And then I guess Taskmaster's there.
But she doesn't have the chip anymore, so she doesn't have any powers.
She'll just be able to do her thing.
You think she'll just be able to do it?
She'll just
anyway?
be able to do it.
She speak?
Yeah, she does at the end of Black Widow, I'm pretty sure.
No, I think she just kind of stares menacingly.
No, I think at the end, because they free her from the
They
robot
break
ship.
the chip, but I think she's like
No, I think she's
brain
like,
broken a
thank
little bit.
you, Black Widow, for saving me. And then she like,
She only speaks Russian.
not
I don't remember her speaking in the movie.
I don't remember Black Widow, Sam.
Because
I saw that movie once 4
right
years
after
ago.
right after they free her, the station crashes, and then they get in the police cars and run away. I don't
No,
think
we see her at the end on the ground, and she like,
Yeah.
thanks for breaking my brain, fixing my brain, and then she like leaves.
I don't remember her talking though.
So yeah, that's who's on the team for that. And then so 2020, that's 2025. We don't know what the shows are. Ironheart is finished.
That's been finished.
That's
for a long time.
That's done. Hang on. Sorry, 1 second.
Having a brain.
I'm having
fart?
a complete brain fart right now.
Did the evil pig dude put a chip
The
in your
evil
brain?
pig dude put a chip in my brain, and now I can't think.
Remember how his power was he smells
Ironheart,
bad?
Wonder Man, I think, is
yeah,
also wrapped
Wonder
filming.
Man.
Daredevil is shot. That's
I think they're
supposed to come
still
out.
working on that one. I thought
No, it was.
because they had to restart production.
They did, but they shot all of it.
They're done now.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
done with Daredevil. So that I think those 3 shows are all filmed. So those all should come out next year, or later this year. I don't know. And then after that, they're doing the Vision show. They're doing a
Okay.
Shang-Chi sequel.
Yay.
So there's supposedly a 5th Thor movie somewhere, sometime, someplace. Maybe. These are all things that are maybe or supposedly happening. And then they're working
5
on
will
X-Men.
happen, and it'll be called Thor: Love and Lightning.
Doctor Strange 3. These are all things
Doctor
that...
Strange 3 will happen, and it'll be called Doctor Strange 3: Many Verses of Mad Things.
Armor Wars.
Armor Wars is still
Armor Wars
been
has not been
kicking
canceled
around.
yet.
You can't really do. I don't think you can do Armor Wars without doing Ironheart first.
I think that show probably sets up.
yeah, I
Armor
think
Wars.
those are basically the same.
But I'm just like
thing.
that. And they announced it as a show 4 years ago.
And
It's
they
a
have
movie
already
now.
introduced Ironheart in Black Panther 2, which everyone liked. I don't know why they're Black Panther
she
2
was in that.
And that was one of the Marvel movies where everyone was universally like, okay, this is one of the good ones in the sea of stinkers. I don't know why they've been sitting on that for so long, because that's
Maybe it's
the
bad.
movie basically everyone thought was good.
Okay, but the show could be bad. Oh, Blade. Blade is supposed to happen at some point.
Blade was supposed to happen at many points.
It's true. Armor War. Yeah, so Armor Wars, they're supposedly still working on. I don't think that's ever going to get made. I think that's going to.
Well, it's already made. They just need to post it.
No. Ironheart is made. Armor Wars is not.
Oh, Armor Wars. Well, Pepper Potts has got to do something.
Pepper Potts is not going to do this at all ever again. Gwyneth Paltrow does not want to be involved with this.
Does she not?
No, she hates
Did
these.
Did she say that?
Yes, several
When?
times she has said she's not a fan of these.
Yes, no. But I mean, like, has she said she hated them and then not immediately done another one ever before?
Yes, she has.
When?
She did. She's an Endgame.
Yes, I know.
don't-
That's what I'm saying.
No, but
like,
I don't see why you bring back Pepper Potts if there's no, or Tony Stark around.
you bring her in because there is no Tony Stark around.
To do what?
And also her daughter is like a character.
yeah, but she's a little kid, so she can't do anything.
it's been
I mean, these all could show up in Armor Wars.
It's been like 6 or 7 years.
What is she, like
that
11
character-
now?
She was
Because she's like 4 in Endgame. You'd have had to have been at the oldest 4.
so yeah, you can't really do anything yet with that. I mean, you could have her be like kind of like a Iron
I mean, they could
Spider
show up
type
in Armor Wars.
character.
The other thing with Armor Wars is that it's War Machine's movie, like Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle's
Yeah.
like 62.
They need to
He
get
old.
it going.
You need to get that going, buddy. Like
I
he
wonder
old.
I wonder if that got screwed up by Secret Invasion.
No, because that must have because that was the plan from the beginning. Don was he was control.
But it clearly wasn't.
Well, not from Endgame, but like when they announced Secret Invasion and Armor Wars at the same time. So I'm assuming they had that twist in mind. So I think
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
And
that's
then,
what Armor Wars is about. Is him
yeah, it's him
fig-
going around the.
figuring out what he missed.
Well, no, it's him going around to like all the people who are making evil Iron Man
suits
tech and blowing
taking
him
down.
up.
Yeah.
Because that's what the comic storyline is, but it's just Tony Stark who does it.
Yeah.
But anyway, that movie's never gonna get made. I don't know what we're talking about. And then also, Spider-Man 4 is supposed to happen at some point, but they are not allowed to announce that. So
Yeah, that's a
Sony thing. But yeah, I'm not expecting them to go out and announce anything new. I
What
think
about Craven?
they don't have
any
enough.
Craven news.
They can't talk about Craven. That's
No, but I
Sony.
mean like in general.
Why doesn't the Spum have a panel? Where's the
Do
Spum
they not
panel?
Are they not doing anything?
No, the Spum won't be there at all, which is weird because
When
they
does
have
Venom 3 come out?
Venom 3 is this year. Craven is this year.
Is Venom 3 summer?
No, it's October, I think. September. I think
Okay.
it's October. They have both of those, and then Beyond the Spider-Verse. What's going on with that?
Yeah, that's supposed to
We
be
need
out
some news on
already.
that at some
That's
point.
supposed to be released.
Give us a date, please.
The date they gave us is past.
Well, no, they can't. They
The
canceled
original date is
They
what I mean.
canceled that when the first
We
one
knew
came
that
out.
that was never going to
Yeah,
happen.
I'm saying like, hello, is this still
What's
happening?
happening?
Spider-Man
going
4.
on?
It's been 3 years. Time to get rolling on that. Get cooking again.
I would like to know if the best movie that you ever made is going to be, have a follow-up eventually.
But yeah, no, they have. I don't think they're gonna announce anything new. I think that's why the panel is gonna be so short, is they're just gonna like remind everyone what they're doing. And I think again, the main thing is gonna be like Avengers is still happening, and this is the plan for Avengers. Because again, I've said this before, doing any Avengers movie should be the priority. It doesn't even have to connect to Secret Wars. Just doing a new one that establishes like our core characters,
The context of our universe.
like who we're supposed to mainly be focusing
Yeah.
on. Like that's what you need to be doing, because
the Avengers is a compass for the average fan. It points them in the direction of what they should look at if they don't want to go full into the universe, but want to keep up with what's going on.
Yeah.
It says you need to focus on Captain America,
Iron Man,
Thor, and Hulk, and whoever else is in the movie.
Yeah.
These are the guys you need to pay attention
These
to.
are the main ones, and Doctor Strange and Guardians and all that's kind of superfluous. It's fun.
Yeah, that's all kind of its own thing.
But the problem is everything at this point is superfluous and fun because no one knows who the main people are.
Nothing's been contextualized.
Yeah. So they need to do that. They need to just like really hammer home Avengers is happening, and also expect those to get delayed again because there's no way those make their date right now.
Yeah.
No, Avengers 5 is because there's no way they get Avengers 5 out by May of 2025. Secret Wars.
Wait, I have an
unless they shoot them
idea.
back to back, which they won't do.
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
So, I'm thinking this connects back to Fantastic Four. Victor Von Doom is a good guy actually, and he helps the Fantastic Four defeat Galactus. Or not really, but he helps send them to the MCU universe as like a sacrifice. And that's how that movie ends. They can't defeat Galactus. He shoots them to 616 MCU, not really 616, but 616 to Kevin Feige MCU universe, right? Yeah. And then we don't see him anymore. That's how that movie ends. That's how Fantastic Four ends. Then in Doom Dynasty, or whatever we're calling it, I'm going to call it that for now, so we know what I'm talking about. The Fantastic Four arrive on Earth. They warn Earth 616 that, hey, Galactus is out there. He's coming, right? And we see a corrupted Victor Von Doom show up, and he's like the villain for that Avengers movie. And then Secret Wars, Galactus rips up the planet and builds a Secret War Earth, and they do Secret Wars and whatever else.
Sounds pretty a little complicated.
Way less complicated than what they were doing before.
See, I'm expecting at this point for Secret Wars just to be the Beyonder shows up and he's bad, and he is made Battle World, and all of these characters are on Battle World, and they all need to do it.
Yeah, but that's really stupid.
It's stupid, but it's simple. And right now, what's the plan? It's simple, safe. That is the motto at Disney.
But see, I'm saying they
Simple,
do that.
safe.
They just use Galactus as the Beyonder.
But Galactus doesn't make sense because the Galactus just wants to eat stuff.
Yeah, so we change his motivation a little bit. We give him a motivation.
Okay, maybe.
I feel like you could do that.
Yeah, he just change him. Because Deadpool, not Deadpool.
Maybe
Galactus is just a force. He's not
Galactus
a character.
wants new heralds, and he's like, all right, fight. Whoever wins is my new heralds. There we go.
They need to get rolling on Secret Wars, though, because if they're going to bring back, like, Hugh Jackman, Tobey Maguire, all those guys, Hugh Jackman, like, 55. You only got so many years where his body is physically capable of being that muscular. Like, you need to get these things rolling.
I don't know.
These
Arnold
people are
Schwarzenegger
old.
is still.
No, he's not.
Have you seen Arnold Schwarzenegger?
He's got a pacemaker.
Yeah, but he's still jacked.
He's as jacked as he can be.
That's
So
still
that'll-
pretty jacked.
No, like, you only have so much time where
Yeah.
like these people are able to do this. Like, you need to get these things going, especially for those X-Men cast. There's some Patrick Stewart's like 5, dude. You need, like, if you're gonna bring him back, you got to do it now.
I don't know, but I don't expect Patrick Stewart to be the main Professor
No,
X.
not to be the main guys, but all of them are gonna be in Secret Wars. Like,
Yeah.
that is obviously the plan, is to bring all the Fox X-Men back for that, and bring back Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and Eric
I
Bana
think-
Hulk and everyone who's ever been in an old Marvel movie.
I think whatever the context.
Wesley Snipes' Blade.
I think the context for the next Avengers movie is going to be at least partially introduced in Deadpool.
Most likely, because the TVA and stuff is going to be
Because
in.
we have the TVA.
I'm not expecting.
We're expecting it to be connected at least in some way to Fox Universe.
Well, we already got that in the Marvels.
And we know that that's going to be a thing.
I'm not expecting anything too big from Deadpool and Wolverine, just because the R rating is probably going to keep Kevin Feige from making like major plot developments in that movie, because they know
I think we're going to see
a
major,
lot of people
major
won't be
plot
able to see
developments.
it.
I think he's smart enough to know that the R rating isn't going
I
to
think
keep
it's going to
people
set
out
up
of the theater.
some X-Men stuff, but nothing that's like, and like you said, like Galactus is anything like that.
I don't think we're going to get a villain reveal for Avengers in this movie, but whatever the reason the X-Men are
Maybe
on
like the
616,
Fox X-Men universe collapses and they all end up in that.
yeah, that's going to get
Something
introduced
like
in
that.
Deadpool. I think the Marvels, as stupid as that is, I think that post-credit scene was set up for
this.
whatever happens in
in
this.
Why would the TVA not be on that?
I think they are.
Maybe they'll explain it.
I think they
'Cause
are
they
on
would
that.
they would show up and be like, "You in the wrong dimension."
I
Back
think
to
that
the MCU.
I think that's part of why Wolverine lost his world.
because of an incursion.
Because an incursion
and
happened.
it blew up.
Mi-
But then like
Photon got stuck
they're
in...
like, Wolverine. This was all Wolverine's fault. Like, how is that?
No,
his
but
fault?
I think he survived. I don't think it was his fault, but I think he blames himself.
maybe. But also,
I think
like,
the TVA came in.
so do you think at the start of Deadpool he'll begin? Because an incursion means the universe is gone.
Well,
So
I think...
he would have had to have escaped and is hiding out on
Yeah,
a different
I
world.
think she got stuck there. An incursion started.
Yep.
The TVA stepped in.
Yep.
He wasn't able to stop them. He didn't really understand what was going
That
on.
would be a lot of stuff to happen off screen.
No, I think we'll see this in flashbacks. I don't know,
So do
maybe
you
not all of it.
expect
But
Photon to be there? Like her to
I don't
be
think
in
she'll
the
be a
movie?
main character, but
No,
I
I'm
think
just saying in the movie at all.
yeah, I think she'll be like in the. I think we'll see Wolverine fighting some dudes, and like Photon will be in the background.
But then also, like, what was the thing with her mom being Captain Marvel in that world?
I don't think that's gonna matter. I think that was really just.
so. That was just there.
Yeah, I think that was just like in this universe, she's this
Okay.
other character. I don't think that really matters that much. I think that was set up for an incursion happened. It ruined Wolverine's world. He survived somehow.
Because I'm also not expecting this Wolverine to be like actual Fox X-Men
Yeah.
universe Wolverine.
And we
a
know that
different-
I think they're
one.
introducing the idea of like there's like a prime character who like is the anchor of that universe. I think he's the prime character, so he like survived for whatever reason.
yeah.
And we've seen that before with in Multiverse of Madness, there was the one Doctor Strange who's like survived the incursion and he was the only guy still there. I think it's kind of a similar situation to that.
Yeah, who's the so everyone of that would
I think that
that's
makes sense.
Not a bad excuse for why a bunch of particular characters will survive for Battle World and Secret Wars.
Yeah, I think
they're all
that,
like
I
the
think that
anchor
works.
points.
Yeah.
So it's like Deadpool's the anchor of the Deadpool universe, Wolverine, and then like
Whoever the most popular
Whoever, yeah.
character is from that
Who would be the MCU's
universe
anchor
is the. It would have been Iron Man, but he's already dead.
it's gotta be.
It could be
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. I don't know if I think
would
they'd be
have
too
to be,
afraid to
right?
do that.
But the only thing
It
that would,
should be.
the only thing that would stop them from that is Sony, but also like they're allowed to put him in an Avengers movie, so they could
Yeah,
just do that.
it should be. And because of we're getting into some lore that is kind of external to the MCU. But because of
The Sam
Spider-Man's
makes stuff
role,
up portion of the show.
because of Spider-Man's role in the sort of the weave of the universe, there's a whole separate thing. It would make there is what's the word? There is evidence to support him being the pillar character.
There's a lot of universes where Spider-Man is the anchor point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he is very commonly that is his role
Yeah.
in the MCU, not in the Marvel
He's the
universe at
popular
large.
one.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, to a large extent, he is Marvel's Superman. He is
He's
the
more popular than Superman.
well. That's what I'm saying. He is the
He's the poster child.
Yeah, the poster child, the like demagogue of the Marvel universe.
The Marvel Trinity used to be him, Wolverine, and Hulk. Like that was the
those were the guys.
Those were the guys until 2008.
Yeah.
Anyway, again, I'm not expecting. I think the fact that they put out all those trailers before Comic-Con shows that they're like trying to be like, this is not gonna be like 2019 where they were like,
here's everything ever
new movies.
Yeah.
Like they're not.
I don't think we're ever gonna see a. Well, you know what?
I think next year.
I say that.
I think next year because there's so much empty gap.
Knowing
so empty
Disney's
space.
running this, and knowing what they did with Star Wars last year, I think we will see another giant timeline with a bunch of random stuff on it.
Just for Comic-Con, D23 is next month. So they're going to have to save some stuff from D23. We already know, and we can talk about this now, Marvel Animation, all of their stuff's going to be at D23. They're not going to be at Comic-Con.
Yeah, because who cares?
They're saving all that for D23. So
none of that matters at all.
I think they could save some smaller stuff from D23.
What do we even... Was Marvel Zombies ever coming out?
We'll find out at the Marvel Animation.
And that one Spider-Man show that's not canon that
they're saying they're
going to
talk about Eyes of Wakanda, which is their animated Wakanda
There's a Wakanda show?
What If Season 3, which for some reason is still happening.
I mean, that's probably like $15 to make, so they just keep doing it.
X-Men 97, because that's seasons 2 and 3 of that. And then
that's a good show. That one
Spider-Man show, which X-Men 97 just hired a new showrunner for season 3, and he apparently reworked the scripts for season 2. I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay.
And also, he's a what if writer.
Which episodes?
Some random ones.
Is it the one
None of the best ones.
The
I'll tell you,
good
I looked
one?
at it. It's not the only good one.
Oh, which one is it?
It's just he's just one of the guys.
No, but some of them are really bad.
I mean, I can find out.
Pull it up. Pull up what it is. We gotta know. We gotta know what this guy did. We want our one good animated Marvel show to be good.
Matthew Chon.
I feel like I've heard that name before. We're checking the mainframe.
Yes, it's Matthew Chauncey.
Yeah.
Who did the T'Challa Star-Lord episode?
All right, that one was okay. It was fine.
The Zombies one.
That one was pretty good.
The Killmonger one.
Which one? Where he wins?
Where he's with Tony Stark, and then
I hardly remember that one.
the one where Ultron becomes Giga Ultron.
That one was pretty cool.
The Happy Hogan Christmas episode.
That one sucked.
And he did the Nebula Nova Corps one.
For that one.
He did the Peter Quill.
Oh wait, no, the Nebula Nova. That one was cool. Where it was like a crime noir type thing. That was actually pretty cool.
He did the Peter Quill is evil and the Avengers Assemble in the 1980s or whatever episode.
That one was all right.
And then he did the season 2 finale.
That one was stupid. Okay, so he's had some hits and some misses. The Ultron one's pretty cool. I think the Avengers in the 80s, that one was pretty cool. And the Nova, a lot of those episodes are not bad.
Do you think it might become problematic on the internet? They have replaced the X-Men showrunner, who was a gay black man, with a straight white guy.
I don't think anyone will notice.
Okay, I'm just wondering, because this is X-Men.
I don't think anyone will notice. Because they already did it, and no one noticed.
Oh, wait, hold on. He also worked on Miss Marvel?
But okay, Miss Marvel was like, most of it was pretty good, so that's fine. I'm okay with that. The ending of Miss Marvel was kind of lame, but like the rest of it was fine.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
It's not great, but maybe he did some of the good parts. Maybe.
Hopefully.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Okay, Copium. He probably did some script work and they just ignored it because that movie didn't have a script.
That's true. There you go.
So there we go.
Maybe he wrote a maybe he
wrote a really cool script.
Some really cool good scenes, and they just didn't.
They just kind of ignored them.
Anyway, yeah. So that's happening.
All right. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, and then we can come back with Zoot.
Okay, sure.
Alrighty, we're back, and we actually have breaking news.
Breaking news, everybody!
Breaking news for the first time ever live. Except to you, it won't be live.
We have pictures of supposed. Well, they look like they're real. Pictures of the Minecraft movie have come out. I don't know what they're from yet. I just checked Twitter.
Text it to me.
Okay, it looks like. Oh, it looks like design sheets,
Like character
like for the studio.
R and C is.
Yes, yeah. Just look up Minecraft. I mean, I'm sure it's not trending, because there's stuff going
Grab
on.
the door. I'll keep.
Okay.
Minecraft. Alright. Next. I'm not seeing him. You'll have to text it to me.
Okay. Max, you're messing with the microphones.
Yep. Hello. There's Max.
Max is here. He's flexing.
Yeah, we are. The mics are on right now, so
He's
you are
singing Foo Fighters.
He's doing like Michael Jackson. Or something. I don't know what he's doing.
What is it? Is it
Let me taste test this.
Matchbox 20? Oh, Sam, you have to explain what's going on. There's too much happening right now.
Okay, right now Max is flexing at nobody. Minecraft news is breaking currently. I'm drinking Pepsi Zero Sugar for the second time in my life. The first time was awful. I had it one time in Arkansas. It was disgusting. The mango one. The mango one is much better.
Much better.
Much better. It's
They're not bad.
It's pretty good.
I was at the store and this was the only like specialty flavor Pepsi they had.
So
it was just randomly the mango. I was like,
completely off topic.
Why not?
But when I first tasted it, I expected it to have.
Okay, I sent you the picture.
Okay, yeah. I expected it to have a nasty aftertaste, but then it didn't, and I was pleasantly surprised. Oh, this.
What do you think? We got pictures of Jack Black as Steve, and we have pictures of creepers, a sheep, and a bumblebee.
Let me try and get these pulled up.
So Steve appears to just be Jack Black in a blue shirt. He's even got the beard. They didn't even shave the beard for it. It's just Jack Black. Why your computer be pooping it? Oh, there it goes.
All right, so we have Jack Black as Steve there. Yeah, this looks real to me. Like,
yeah, no, that's definitely because this is definitely
how he
him.
currently looks.
Yeah,
that pickaxe matches the art style of the trees that we've seen.
Yeah, and so does
far.
the other stuff.
He looks like a good Steve, honestly. Like when I first heard he was playing Steve, I was like, that sounds ridiculous. But like seeing him dressed up and everything, yeah, I mean.
And I think the thing in the movie is he'll be like a schlub.
I think he'll be like sort of like a lumberjack type character. Like looking at this, it's giving me lumberjack energy.
And then the other thing we got.
Let me get this.
Was the creepers?
Oh, this one didn't. Oh, whoa, okay.
And the sheep. And the sheep kind of freaks me out a little bit.
I think it's gonna be. Oh, okay. No, that's okay. I like the bee. The bee's
cute.
The sheep, I think it's gonna be one of those things where he gets zapped into Minecraft world. He sees the sheep and he goes, "Ah, yeah, that sheep's gross," you know.
Yeah.
The creeper that looks like a creeper.
I mean, they're just kind of there. I like that they're all squares. That's fun.
That it's fuzzy.
It's weird how fuzzy everything is.
I didn't think creepers were fuzzy.
No, it kind of looks like moss-ish.
I didn't register them as fuzzy.
It's kind of moss. It appears like grass.
I did always register them as like a plant.
Okay, yeah,
like
it looks like moss.
creature.
It's not a very high resolution picture, but it looks like moss.
If creepers were a Pokemon, they would be a grass type Pokemon.
No, but like the bees and the sheep are both super fuzzy.
Yeah, I mean the sheep being fuzzy makes sense. The bees are fuzzy. That makes sense.
Oh, smiley face, the bee. That's cute. Anyway.
All right. Anyway,
that's interesting.
Back to D23. What's going on? Zootopia 2?
Zootopia 2 is going to get a dedicated panel. That's the next.
Why on earth did it take them this long?
For Zootopia 2?
Yeah, like actually, what do we do?
Because they weren't going to make it until Disney said we need to make sequels to all of our popular movies to make a bunch of money, and then they started working.
But the way they ended it off, like, is so.
I mean,
and we didn't even see all of the world. Like, they introduced 4 different sections of the world. We only saw like one and a like tiny.
My guess is it'll just be Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. I like how I remember their names.
Yeah.
Are on another case.
Yeah. No, there's another. That's what I want.
Afoot.
I want them to do buddy cop movie with Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde, and we have Judy Hopps as like the by the book sort of nerd character,
yeah.
And Wilde, he's more wild. Yeah. He's like more willing to like do the sketchy stuff to get the mission done or whatever.
They need a grizzled older cop character.
But we have the bull guy already.
We need someone to say, I'm getting too old for this.
The bull guy, the commissioner, the current commissioner.
Idris Elba.
Like, they already have it all set up. Like, it's very well established. And the world building of Zootopia, I think, is actually really good.
Yeah.
I think, as far as the modern, it's a thing, but it has emotions worlds, I think Zootopia is the most fleshed out. We saw a lot of that with Elemental, but it raised way too many questions and didn't give it was too abstract, I think.
Yeah.
This one,
Zootopia had a lot more practical.
They did a lot of work to be like, these animals are small, they have a small world. These animals are fish, they have a fish world. These animals are cold, they have a cold world. And there's like giant air conditioners and everything. Like, they did a very good job of making their world make sense. And since we got to see so little of it in the first movie, I would like to see more in this universe. I think there is genuinely a lot more stories that could be told here. I'm perfectly fine with them making more of those.
And then there's some smaller panels at D23. Phineas and Ferb Revival is getting a panel.
I did see the clip of
like
what's his name?
Dan Povenmire.
Dan Povenmire. He was tearing up.
Like, I saw the frames. It looks like Phineas and Ferb.
Like, oh wow, that thing you made 4 seasons of. It looks like no way.
Crazy. It's like you made the show 15 years ago.
What do you think it's gonna be?
More Phineas
Just
and
more
Ferb.
of the same?
Yeah. They're saying it's the next summer, so they're a year older. Not that much of a difference. So
I think they will make a funny joke about that. Like, wow, the tree is the same exact size, and we haven't grown at all.
I think they're just gonna do more, which is probably what the studio wants.
Well, Doofenshmirtz is a teacher now, though.
True.
So the B plot is gonna be different.
Or he'll just go back to doing evil schemes. We'll just ignore that aspect of his character development.
I think we're done with, like, because he's done a lot. Like, Doofenshmirtz as a character has been in more things.
I don't know what they do. Well, he's like a full-on character, like supporting character in Milo Murphy's Law.
Yeah, that's what, like, his character is...
He's doing science.
He's had too much development to backtrack. And I think thematically for Doofenshmirtz...
Thematically?
Like, as a character, I think his, like, evil... has kind of gone, like, I don't think he's really evil anymore.
He's normal. Yeah.
And we can still have him do like he's trying to come up with lesson plans or something. Like, you can do something.
Remember that Alka episode? That was remember the
pilot. You think he'll just go on missions with Perry?
The pilot episode with the Alka animal
That'll
team?
Just become the B plot.
That'll be that, but it'll just be him and Perry just to keep it.
Honestly, I think that could work.
That's fine. Yeah, that's not a terrible idea.
And like they have a new evil guy.
And then you do the same thing. Perry is good at his job.
And Doofenshmirtz just messes
Doofenshmirtz
up
is bad.
The mission constantly, and Perry has to like work around him.
Yeah.
But you could add an extra thing on top of it where like he gets all the credit for all the missions.
Or Sam, remember the bugs?
They're not going to do the bugs.
What if the bugs actually?
We're never doing
in
the
bugs. Original pitch for Phineas and Ferb.
I know, but we're not.
They
ever
were the
doing
C
the bugs.
plot every episode.
We're no bugs.
What if they become the B plot?
They have one bit.
B for bug.
They've died many times on screen. I don't understand why they're still alive. Also, their mission never made sense. They're trying to make contact with humanity.
Humans? Yeah.
Why?
So, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's dumb.
I like how they brought them into that episode.
Yeah, because they were testing the waters for like a how would we keep this going?
Well, because they were in the Doofenshmirtz's teacher episode, and then
were they in Milo's
so much of
Law?
that final season. I think so. I think they might have been in an episode of that. But so much of that final season of Phineas and Ferb was just
testing the waters,
testing for spinoffs, and they ended up doing none of them, which is kind of funny because they tested doing a second dimension one. They tested doing the Alka animals one. They tested a Doofenshmirtz as a teacher one. Like, they were just testing spin-off ideas.
Out of all of those, I think Doofenshmirtz as a teacher had
the most potential, but I think they were probably like this.
But they would have
being in high school doesn't appeal to like young kids.
Yeah, it does.
No,
every live action Disney Channel show takes place in high school.
They're always in like middle school.
No, the live action ones aren't.
I don't know. Maybe
Wizards was in high school. Mighty Men was in high school. Lab Rats was in high school. Ant Farm was partially in high school. Almost all of them are in high school.
None of those spinoffs ended up getting picked up, so I don't really know what the deal was. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they're making more Phineas and Ferb. I like Phineas and Ferb. Sure.
True. I'll probably watch
Still
at
haven't
least
seen
the
movie.
first 2 episodes. Right. I'm going to put that on that list. I'm going to watch that at some point. Anyway. Let's talk about Emmy noms. Sam.
Oh, we're done with that was it for
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's most of the Disney Studios will do their D23 is basically like a several days long presentation.
Yeah.
So they'll talk about everything their upcoming slate. Mufasa will probably get a trailer, some
I'm
stuff
not
like
watching.
that. You know you are. Like, why do you even say that? Like, you have to.
No, I've not seen.
You saw The Lion King.
Yes, but that's because I hadn't ever seen the original.
Have you still never seen that?
I have now.
Okay.
I just hadn't.
So,
I've seen the whole movie in Spanish.
True, I have two. Shogun led all Emmy nominations, 25 noms.
All right, let me get this.
The Bear, number 2 with 23 noms. Only Murders in the Building, number 3
All
for
right,
21
here we
noms.
are. We
So,
have best drama.
The
series.
top 3 shows, all Hulu FX shows. That's interesting. So, as usual, I have seen literally none of the drama nominees and a couple of the comedy ones. Not as many as I saw last year. Some of them still.
All right, so best drama we got Crown, Fallout.
Yeah.
That's best drama. Out of everything that came out, Fallout was fun. Best.
It was the drama category had not a great year if you look at
The
these
morning
nominees.
show that's still going.
Okay, so we have The Crown on Netflix, Fallout for Prime Video, The Gilded Age for HBO, The Morning Show for Apple TV Plus, Mr. and Mrs. Smith for Prime Video, Shogun, Slow Horses on Apple TV Plus, and Three Body Problem for Netflix.
So Shogun clears.
Shogun's gonna win.
Like unimpeded. Like, that is the only show in this list.
Hold on. However, you would think that, and it being nominated for everything would say that, and it's got a very good chance of winning. However, The Crown is nominated, and this is for its final season. And if you know anything about Emmy voters, they love The Crown so much.
Okay.
It's their favorite show that's ever been made. Literally, they love it. And because it's its final season, I'd say there's a good chance it wins. And Shogun is getting 2 more seasons at least.
Let me make the case for Shogun. Number 1, there's a white dude with a British accent. That's the only reason they like The Crown anyways.
But
it's because everyone has a funny British accent. So this guy has a funny British accent.
That's one guy.
So he fulfills that. He fulfills that niche. Hang on, I'm not done.
No.
I'm not done. Also, when this show came out, everyone was like, "This is the new Game of Thrones. It's the best show ever." It's the same guys.
No.
The same people doing the reviews. The same people who did all the, "Oh my god, it's the best. It's the same as that other thing." It's the same dudes. I think Shogun might sweep.
No, I don't. I think Shogun's going to sweep a lot of categories, but The Crown, they love The Crown so much. All those years where like Better Call Saul was getting robbed of awards, The Crown was taking all of them. Like it's The Crown. They love The Crown so much.
That's the thing.
And it's its final season, so they'll never get a chance to give it more awards.
But this is karma. This is Saul's revenge. This is the dark horse who steals their last award in vengeance, avenging their fallen comrade of Saul. I think that's going to happen. I think we're going to see them lose out on the final season. The same way they stole the award from Better Call Saul.
I should really finish.
They're about to steal the award.
I should
from
really
Crown.
finish Shogun. I don't know
How have
why
you not
I haven't
finished Shogun?
You know what? I'll do it next week.
Yeah, watch that.
I'll finish it this week.
Number 1 on the list.
I'll finish Shogun finally, and then.
All right, what's next? We got
Best actress in a drama.
Actress.
We have Jennifer Aniston for The Morning Show, Carrie Coon for The Gilded Age. I did not know she was even in that. Maya Erskine for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Anna Sawai, I think that's how you say that. For Shogun, Imelda Stanton for The Crown. Reese Witherspoon also for The Morning Show. I would say probably the Crown lady will win this. She is, I believe, playing an old version Queen Elizabeth of that. Also could be Shogun Girl.
Yeah, she played was it Kimiko?
Boys?
No. Mariko. It was Mariko in the show. That's
Sure, that's...
She was the best character in the show. I think easily. The most interesting character.
So locking in her. I don't know who's going to win a lot of these categories because so many of them are filler. Apparently it was not a great year for TV.
Yeah, I mean, she's the only one on this list that I even know.
Because a lot of these shows, like The Morning Show, like...
That's not winning anything.
Neither is Mr. and Mrs. Smith or Fallout or Three Body Problem. Like, these are all just filler shows. Best actor in a drama series, same thing. Idris Elba for Hijack, Cool that he's nominated. He's not going to win. Donald Glover for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Walton Goggins for Fallout. Gary Oldman for Slow Horses. Hiroyuki Sanada for Shogun. Dominic West for The Crown. Gary Oldman, maybe. I know Slow Horses is like super popular in like the television, in like the actual like Hollywood circles.
You know how they put what streaming service it's on?
Yeah.
I wish instead of that they would put what the character was, so that I know what I'm looking at.
So Idris Elba is from a show where like a plane gets hijacked and he's on the plane.
I figured.
Donald Glover is playing Mr. Smith and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Walton Goggins is the ghoul in Fallout. Gary Oldman, Slow Horse is about like a guy who works for like MI6, who like runs a team of like crappy MI6 agents that like all got demoted and they're like the worst people, and like it's like
they stole our CIA joke.
Like it's like it's like all agency of incompetence. I think it's like a comedy drama.
Yeah, so they stole our CIA bit.
Mm-hmm. Hiroyuki Sanada is the main guy in Shogun, and then Dominic West from The Crown. I don't know who he plays. I guess like Prince Andrew probably.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So yeah, I would say it's probably gonna be the Shogun people. Best Supporting Actress: Christine Baranski for The Gilded Age, Nicole Berry for The Morning Show, Elizabeth Debicki for The Crown, Greta Lee for The Morning Show. She was in that? Wow. Leslie Manville for The Crown, Karen Pittman for The Morning Show, Holland Taylor for The Morning Show. The Morning Show got
just everyone in The Morning Show.
4 people from The Morning Show.
Is The Morning Show really good? Am I missing something?
Buddy, Best Actor, same thing. They got 3 in the Best Actor.
Am I missing out? Should I watch The Morning Show?
No one has seen The Morning Show. It's fake. It's not real.
I feel like, I mean, Apple talks about it a lot. I just never really cared.
It was their like banner show until Ted Lasso blew up.
And Ted Lasso was a real show, so I watched that one.
Elizabeth Debicki probably winning for Best Supporting Actress. I don't really see any competition there. Best Supporting Actor. Billy Crudup is like the main supporting guy on The Morning Show.
All right.
And because it's nominated 85 times, I'm guessing it's going to win something. So probably him for that. Best Guest Actor in a Drama Series: Nestor Corbinal for Shogun, Paul Dano for Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Tracy Letts for Winning Time. I've seen Winning Time. That should be nominated for Best Drama.
What is Winning Time?
That's the Lakers show.
Show about the Lakers?
Yeah, about the 70s Lakers. They got canceled after 2 seasons.
It's about the Lakers from the 70s? What?
Yeah.
Why?
It's really good. It's got a great cast. You should watch that. It's really short, too. I know you don't care about basketball, but it's a good show.
All about a basketball.
Jonathan Pryce for Slow Horses and John Turturro for Mrs. Smith.
What is Slow Horses?
Slow Horses was that show I just explained to you.
Oh. I didn't know that that's what you were talking about.
I'm going to say Paul Dano because he's the most famous of those people. Best Guest Actress: Michaela Cole for Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Claire Foy for The Crown, Marisa Gay Harden for The Morning Show, Sarah Paulson, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Parker Posey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I'm going to say The Crown person. So we're moving on. Comedy series. I've actually seen some of these. Who?
Esther Carbonell?
Yeah, an actor.
Was he?
I don't know. You're going to have to look it up. Best comedy series: Abbott Elementary, ABC, which I believe is the only show from a normal TV network nominated.
Oh, he was one of the like.
The Bear for FX. By the way, this is The Bear season 2. It's not season 3. It's just season 2.
Well, yeah, because season 3
was not
just
out.
Came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curb Your Enthusiasm, Hacks, Only Murders in the Building, Palm Royal on Apple TV Plus, Reservation Dogs, and What We Do in the Shadows. The Bear Sweep for Comedy Awards. That's pretty clear. That's what happened last year.
Comedy?
It's a comedy.
Is it? I don't think it is. I think I can count on one hand the amount of jokes in the show.
There's jokes.
Yeah, like 3 jokes.
An episode.
No, there's like a joke.
It's got a lot of funny people on it.
Anytime the mechanic dude shows up to fix a thing, they joke about how he's like incompetent.
Yeah, Fack is there just to make jokes.
That's it.
Yeah.
He's the only guy who is a joke there.
Yeah, no, season 2 is pretty drama-y. Season 3 is pretty light though. Like season 3,
I haven't finished season 3. Maybe season 3 is.
Season 3 is a little
jokey,
bit lighter and comedic than, not comedic, but like a lot lighter than season 2. I don't know. It's a So many of these shows are dramedies. Like none of them are really like Fallout's not a straight drama either. Like it's a lot of
should
comedy.
be a comedy.
Yeah, like it's the same thing.
They need to switch it. But like even Shogun, I would argue it's definitely a drama, but it has more jokes than The Bear does.
I think it's because these categories were designed when like your show was literally just either a drama or a comedy.
There's John Blackthorne going, "Oh my god,
because
what in the Japans is this?"
Because you're in 1992. It was either you were like a half-hour sitcom or an hour-long procedural drama, and like that's what was getting nominated.
They didn't know how to do jokes and serious at the same time.
Well, no, that was like those were the two categories,
Yeah.
and now everything is like an 8-episode season, and everything is so malleable because of just the streaming format that like the tones are
the
a
tones
lot more
are more
complex.
malleable as well.
Yeah, so they're able to like be more than one thing at once. Best actor in a comedy series: Matt Berry for What We Do in the Shadows, Larry David for Curb Your Enthusiasm. By the way, this is for the final season, so this is the last chance to win any awards.
Yeah, has it won awards before?
I think so, many years ago.
I didn't finish the last season of.
You haven't for Curb? You love Curb.
No, I like watch it in the background. It's like my least.
I'm surprised you haven't
favorite.
finished it because it's not that long.
Yeah, no, I'm on the last season. I just didn't. I started it when it came. I watched the first 2 episodes like when they were airing, but it was the middle of the semester, so like I just kind of didn't have time.
Okay, well, your homework will be to finish Curb.
No, I'm gonna finish The Bear first.
Shogun. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to finish. Both Steve Martin and Martin Short for Only Murders in the Building. Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. DeFaro Wunatai.
That's a name.
Yeah, for Reservation Dogs. Jeremy Allen White's gonna win.
DeFaro. Who am I?
Best
I'm
actress
DeFaro.
went to Brunson for Abbott Elementary. Ayo Edaberry for The Bear. Selena Gomez, Only Murders in the Building. Maya Rudolph for Loot on Apple. Gene Smart for Hacks. Kristen Wiig for Palm Royal.
What is Palm Royal?
It's an Apple TV Plus show. I don't know
Loot?
anything else.
Is Apple different than Apple TV Plus?
No, that was a typo in the article. Ayo Edaberry is gonna win. Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy: Lionel Boyce for The Bear. Paul W. Downs for Hacks. Ebon Moss-Bachrach for The Bear. Paul Rudd for Only Murders in the Building. Tyler James Williams for Abbott Elementary. Bowen Yang for Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live?
They are really, there's a light year.
Saturday Night Live
got nominated for a Best Actor.
Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series?
No
Isn't
offense,
it a sketch
Bowen.
comedy show?
I mean, it's a comedy show.
It doesn't have supporting actors.
I mean, they're all actors.
There's like 5 people. And they're all the main character
they're
in a different sketch.
I mean, I guess you would consider whoever the host is to be.
But that would be the guest. That would be a guest actor.
Yeah.
So what is this?
Who's the main actor?
What sketch is he getting this award
for being on the show?
How?
Well, no, actually,
I don't think SNL has supporting actors.
How the Emmys work is technically they have one episode that they send the Academy that they watch, and that is what they judge everything on. But that's not technically true because, like, Ebon Moss-Bachrach is nominated for The Bear. The episode they sent in was Fishes from season 2, which is the Christmas episode, and he's barely in that. So, like, you can tell which shows they watched and which shows they didn't watch
based on the
nominees. Like, obviously, they watched all of The Morning Show. They
apparently
loved The Morning Show, but like, I doubt they watched like all of Abbott Elementary.
Did Apple be like, "Hey, I'll give you an iPhone 15 Pro if you watch my show"?
That has to be right, because like, how did Maya Rudolph get in for Loot?
Yeah, why else would anyone have seen any of these shows?
Yeah. Anyway, bro, just pick another guy from The Bear if you really need to fill a spot.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
What are we doing? Like, what? Supporting. SNL doesn't have supporting characters.
I mean, I guess they're all supporting,
but that's not the format of the show. Like, that's just not how it works.
What do you mean that's not how it works?
Like, the format, that would be like if one of us won Best Supporting Actor. Like, that's not...
Well,
our
okay,
show
no,
does not
different.
have the format of that.
Saturday Night Live is a scripted show where they're playing roles. It's not like a talk show.
Yes, but each episode, you're going to have multiple sketches with almost every actor being a lead in one of the sketches.
Yeah.
So who are the supporting actors?
I guess it's just being because they're all supporting actors because they're all an ensemble.
So do they not have a lead actor?
Yeah, they don't have a lead actor. Because whoever the host is, you're right, will be guest actor.
Okay. How can you have a supporting actor without? What are you supporting?
Well, because it's just one giant.
That's like building the foundation for a house and then not building the house.
I don't know. It's an ensemble cast. Like, who's the lead actor in Stranger Things?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but you could argue like, oh, Eleven's the main character. Like, you could pick a character and be like, that's
but there's
the main
so
one.
many like Hughes. They're all getting equal focus.
Yeah, but
and
like,
same with Saturday Night Live. Like, there's some guy. There's like a core group of performers who get equal play.
Yeah, but like that's the thing is like every actor is the lead in something.
Yeah.
So whatever. I don't care that much. Let's move on.
Supporting actress Carol Burnett for Palm Royal. Carol Burnett. What is Palm Royal? Liza Colin-Zayas for The Bear. Hannah Einbinder for Hacks. Janelle James for Abbott Elementary. Cheryl Lee Ralph, Abbott Elementary. Meryl Streep for Only Murders in the Building. I forgot she was in that show. I like Only Murders in the Building. I've seen all 3 seasons of it. It's a quality television program. I never remember what happened in it a week after the season wraps up, and I watch it every year, and I still don't know.
Tyler James Williams, who is he?
He is Gregory in Abbott Elementary. Have you
Gregory.
seen the last season of that?
No.
Okay.
Why didn't we replace Bowen Yang with like the gay dude from Abbott Elementary? Like, just put him in there.
That's true. Yeah.
Throw just any character. Like, you're not
the janitor.
That guy's awesome.
Janitor,
that guy's so
great.
Good.
Put him in there.
I love that guy.
Sorry, Bowen Yang, you're out.
We're replacing you with janitor.
I can't remember his name at the top of my head.
All right, keep talking. I gotta plug my phone in.
Okay. Best guest actor in a comedy series, John Bernthal for The Bear. That's a really comedic role, playing the guy who kills himself.
He was only in like half of one episode.
Well, it's guest actor, so it's for being in that one episode. Matthew Broderick for Only Murders in the Building. He was in that. Yeah. Ryan Gosling for hosting Saturday Night Live. Christopher Lloyd for Hacks. Bob Odenkirk for The Bear. Will Poulter for The Bear. As many people on Twitter have been pointed out, it would be absolutely hilarious if Bob Odenkirk won an Emmy for guest acting in The Bear and never won one for playing Saul Goodman. That one I would legitimately love. So if they could do that, that'd be great. Sam's on the other side of the room because he had to move the camera because he's got to plug it in because the battery's going to die.
New camera angle for me because my phone is plugged in.
Best guest actress. Olivia Colman for The Bear. Jamie Lee Curtis for The Bear. Kaylin Olsen for Hacks. Divine Joy Randolph, Only Murders in the Building. Lyle Rudolph for Saturday Night Live. And Kristen Wiig for Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live's got a big play in this year's.
What happened did Saturday Night Live like pop off? Like, what's going on?
I think there's just not that many shows that came out this last year because of the strikes that they have to nominate something, and Saturday Night Live was
a lot of shows
recently. But I think the Emmy window technically closed like 2 or 3 months ago.
Do animated shows not count?
No.
Why not?
They just don't.
Why?
Or maybe they can. No, they don't. They have their own category. They have one category.
What? If we counted animated shows, then that would like fix this problem.
Who would be in the place of all these acting categories?
I don't know.
They're all voice performers. They're not acting. They're voice acting. It's a different thing.
So have best voice actor.
Could do that, but that'd be too many categories.
We already have best guest actor in a comedy series.
That's true. Maybe we don't need best guest.
Let's remove the guest actor category. Why is that even a thing?
The Emmys have too many. Best limited series.
Best guy who showed up once. That's what this award is.
I like how best limited or anthology series. Anthology series should just be drama. It's a genre. It's not like a format. Limited series implies...
Well, it is sort of a format.
Okay, it should be a drama thing. These are like an anthology series is a drama show. It's just got different things every season.
Yeah.
Most of the time they keep the same cast. Baby Reindeer for Netflix.
Baby Reindeer's not an anthology.
It's a limited series. It's limited and anthology. They're one category for some reason. Fargo on FX.
You're making me angry.
Lessons in Chemistry on Apple TV Plus. Ripley for Netflix. True Detective Night Country for HBO/Max. Ripley, I don't even believe was supposed to be a limited series. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be.
Well, believe it or not, it is.
Ripley.
Get it?
I'm pretty sure. I know. I get it. I got it.
Believe it or not.
Ripley, I'm pretty sure it was.
It says Ripley's the name.
God,
and that's also the name of that other show. That was called Ripley's Believe It or Not.
You're done? You done? So Ripley, I'm pretty sure was supposed to go for several seasons and just got canceled. So are they just considering it a limited series
Just because
it got canceled?
I hope so. That's so much funnier.
I mean, the rest of these are anthology limited. True Detective is going to win because it's True Detective, and people have seen that. Uh-oh, my microphone just fell off the thing.
Uh-oh, it came on the screen.
Uh-oh.
Man, everything is falling apart in like the last 30 minutes of the show. All right. Oh, we still haven't even talked about Acolyte. Never. A little bit longer.
We can skip some of these.
Let's see if there's anything. Let me scroll through real quick, see if there's anything we really want to. I don't care about Best Supporting Actor in a Limited Anthology Series or Movie. That's a ridiculous award.
Because they added movie to it.
That's what.
So that's not even the name of the category.
What is this awards thing even then? Because now it's just everything.
Can we pause it so I can fix my microphone?
No, we didn't pause it for my camera. You can do that.
Well, that was you. You could have done that.
Well, yeah, it's funnier. It's funnier if the audience watches you screw in a microphone.
It's not on there all the way. It's gonna fall off.
It's
again.
okay. Yeah, this is stupid. This is ridiculous. Best writing for a limited or anthology series or movie. You made up these categories, and you can make up more if you want. You don't have to shove them together.
Hold on,
you can just make more.
Shogun's nominated twice for best writing,
so it wins then.
But for 2 different episodes, who? What the heck is that? You should just be the best writing team for the show.
I don't know. This whole thing is stupid. These awards are the stupid. Best talk series? What is a talk series?
That's late night show.
Can we submit the McDonCast?
No.
Why not?
This is a podcast.
It's a talk show.
I think there's separate categories for web series too.
So we just need to get on the cheapest network ever to get on.
We could pay to have it considered. They wouldn't accept
What's
it.
the easiest network to get a show? Could we get it on the local channel?
On cable access?
Yeah.
I don't think that'll count.
Can we get it on PBS?
No, I mean there are YouTube channels that have been on Emmy shortlists. Red Letter Media's had shows on
How
Emmy
do we get the
shortlists
McDonCast in Best Talk Series? How do we do that?
I don't know. We'd have to look into it. We'd have to pay probably a couple $100.
We could do it. Best Reality Competition Series.
Amazing Race, RuPaul's Drag Race, Top Chef, The Traitors, and The Voice.
They should add 90 Day Fiancé.
It's not a competition show.
Is it?
A competition with your own patience and
That's
intelligence.
a competition.
The competition between the part of your brain that hates yourself and the part of your brain that tells you to get around and do things.
Yeah, that's a competition.
And the part of your brain that hates yourself wins every time you watch that show.
Every time. All right. Let's move on.
Okay, so the Acolyte part of the video went way too long, so that's its own video linked in the description if you want to go watch that. All right, pay your taxes, everybody.
That out. I don't even know what that means. All right, I think that's it for today's episode. Let's end on Force Boner. That's a good place to wrap it up. We'll see you guys next week.
Oh, next week is we're gonna do the Boys breakdown.
Boys.
I'm kind of glad you didn't watch it now because we've been here for
we've been talking a long time about. I knew Acolyte was gonna be a long discussion.
And then Twisters, and then the week after that is Deadpool and Comic-Con. That's gonna be a big.
Yeah. All righty. Well, we'll see y'all next time. Bye.